Hello, we're back.
What are you, stupid?
We're live. We're live. Enough of the enough of the banter, everybody.
No.
Right. Sorry. Music.
Are you all
hello.
ready for?
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, we good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Esthara Chronicles. I believe episode 5. I shall introduce our lovely players. I am your dungeon master or game master, Sylfania. This is Mads or Thanture, who plays Baax Obsidian. We've got Danny from Zomdaddy, who's playing Sildanna Markuth.
Yay.
And we've got Gabe, who plays Ferverand Dickens, because of course.
Oh.
And
then we got Gabe.
Indeed, and we are Esthara Chronicles. Anyway, quick bit of announcements. If you would like to follow any of these lovely people on Twitch, the links will be in the break or in the start. The credits for all the music and all the stuff are also in the start and break text bits. We've also have a fun magical item submission form that is woefully empty by episode 5. So if anybody has any fun ideas, troll items are extremely welcome. I love troll magic items. So please flood my DMs with the troll magic items. It can be as crazy as you want. Only and the rest of us get to see it. But they promised me not to look.
It's a magical belt you put on, and when you finally put on the buckle, your ass just grows twice the size. And you just have instant cake.
Oh, that's what I mean. Just fill out the form. So
the church gonna catch me for dummy thick ass. They never saw it coming.
So if I put it around my arms, do I get Popeye arms or something?
Okay.
No, your ass just gets fatter. You have disadvantage of stealth because your cheeks are clapping when you walk.
Bitches,
damn it.
Bitches.
Losing control already.
Okay, seriously. I mean, this assumes I had control, which
You did not.
I did not. So, right, I'm just trying to even out our voices a little bit on the chat. Anyway,
Okay.
So feel free to fill them out. I check them once in a while, and I'd like to see some fun stuff in there. Now, quick recap of previous session. Not much happened, but what did happen was quite crazy. So these adventurers have either lived in the city of Lodenborough all of their life, Baax, or have arrived on the 9th of Lipetz to this wonderful city. They have had an incident inside the inn that they are staying in, which they have solved and found out that it was caused by a hex bag. Upon common decision, they decided to bring said hex bag to people of authority, which, as you do, makes sense. Always call the police when it's a horror film that's starting. You don't go investigate, you call the police. That's the correct course of action. Good for you guys. So you guys went off to the cathedral and the district of Light's Rest. You have made some fun acquaintances, harassed the local clergyman in all possible ways, mostly Ferdinand. And had a meeting with a bishop, someone in charge, whom you have presented with said hex bag, who has assured you that he will have it sorted now that this has come to his attention, for he was not aware about what was going on. Now, at the end of the day, some of you decided to do some work at the church. Sildanna, you decided to make some candles, while Ferverand and Baax went to a sort of a convention center for adventurers and found some funny items out of a magic black box.
Worst Comic-Con ever.
Indeed. And I believe we have finished the day with those of you who are staying at the Deep Pillow Tavern, sleeping and staying at the Deep Pillow Tavern, and Baax, we're going to start with you first, because you decided to say goodbye to your friends at around 11 p.m. of the day. It's almost midnight. You do have uni tomorrow. You do have lectures. You are aware. It's not just you're not on vacation. So you do have to go, but it isn't like a full-time job. It's like you got 2 periods, which is fine, and you free the rest of the day. But you do have to get home because your mom is still waiting for that skillet and you haven't brought it back.
Mum?
In any case,
Yeah.
you have headed into the 6 boroughs. Now, I believe, and bear with
I was
me on
first
this.
heading towards the blacksmith.
Yes, who is in the 6 boroughs? 6 boroughs is this large, sprawling residential district that has its own, like, blacksmith for every region. It has the mansions of the rich and the regular housing of the stably middle class and some of the poorer areas for just local farmers and, people who can't afford better housing, but they're all kind of in the same big residential district. It's the place that has the kindergartens, the schools, all of the things that in a city you generally wouldn't want tourists going into. It's like it is a district of its own. I mean, tourists can go, there's no restrictions, but there's nothing to see. It's just people living. And I'm gonna try.
It's just the tourist going in. Look, people.
Okay.
Live here. We
Yeah,
have fox.
you know the route. You've done this route multiple times. You
Yeah.
head over to 6 boroughs, and I shall show you. I mean, I've already showed you kind of what you see. I've showed you this image again, but just to reiterate, for those of you who weren't there on the episode, 6 boroughs kind of looks something like this. It is housing upon housing, and they're very close knit together. You live in the squarely upper middle class area, so you don't live in those fancy mansions near the top of the hill, but you also don't live right near the walls. You live solidly in the middle of the district. It's comfortable, and the housing is not cheap but not expensive. It's just right. And you know Akchar's blacksmithy is close to where you live, because that's why you use his blacksmithy apart from all the others. And you head that way. As you get closer to it, unlike the earlier today, because it's still the 9th of Lipitz, 5 sessions in one day, it is still today for you, and it was quiet, and it was almost abandoned, and there's a lot of half-finished stuff. As you near it, you can hear the bellows, you start to, just away from the street, sorry, one second. Just as you're heading closer to it, in the darkness, it's not really dark. As I told you before, the streets are well lit in this city.
There's
They
one
have-
guy with a flashlight pointing at you constantly.
No,
Hey, what are you doing over there? Get out.
can you hear?
God, the Discord
hear-
bot just like freaks me out.
But
Like,
like,
oh no, someone snuck in.
we're gonna have a Gabe situation again.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a bit of ambiance. I mean, you won't be able to hear it. It's quiet. But as you're nearing, the streets are quiet here. There's no yelling noises. There's lights in people's houses, but it's very well soundproofed. You find some people on the street, but they just quietly hurry back home because it's 11, and in a residential district, you don't make noise outside of 11 p.m. And the streets are lit by some interns who always keep the lights on with the light spell. And you head to the blacksmithy, and you can see the bellows working and the lights coming from it. As you near it, you can hear the sound, and you can feel the heat from
This
the
sounds
open
like
door.
somebody fucking breathing in my ear.
Right? I was like,
It's
What
the
is it, fucking
bellows,
Darth
okay?
Vader ripoff?
It's the bellows.
yeah. Oh yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah, this has been 10 ASMR.
Okay, fine. Have your...
this is what everybody came for.
Fine,
Benny.
make fun of my soundtracks. Do it. I double dare you.
Danny,
Stress-
why'd you stop? Keep going.
Stress your god out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, this is what I always expect when I'm walking through my fucking, like, just where I'm gonna live. I'm just expecting some guy to come up behind me.
Dude, it's like when I went, like, it's like the time I was going in the gym during COVID. Oh, there's one guy that breathed like that, but after every single time he breathed out, he moaned. It was so fucking weird.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, like, he basically breathing like, and you would just hear, I was like, fuck, dude.
Oh god, dude.
He's feeling those gains, man. He's feeling those gains.
I'm calming. It's not calming.
On that note, as you're walking into the open door of the blacksmith, you can hear the huffing and puffing of Akchar as he is welding some sort of a pike And he is doing those like strong grunts, and you can see his muscly and sweaty back as he puts his all into working.
Flex.
Hit that metal! Oh.
What kind of sound does he make when he grunts and hits the metal?
Oh yeah, tell me. How much facial hair does he got?
Tell me, does he have a hairy chest?
This is a weird hentai.
Will you give me the opportunity to attempt the noises? Just give me a second. I need to collect.
Yes, go for it. Do it.
I need to collect myself for this.
Don't laugh.
Serious.
Everyone, silence right now.
Yeah, look at her, face it.
And he's going like with a rhythm. And
It's going in with a rip.
indeed.
Alright.
Indeed. You're welcome.
Myself for a
Do
hot
not
second
do not
here.
clip this. I swear to God, if whoever clips this, I will
It's
find you.
too
Stevie,
late.
do it.
Oh no.
Stevie, you're the only one.
Oh God. Okay. Right. Never mind that. Carry on. Moving on. You see him. You're basically coming. You're coming from behind.
Yeah, we are.
This is so off the tracks.
Excuse me. Why are you honking? It's 11 p.m. You. Oh no. It is 7 p.m. You bitch. Sorry. Somebody is honking on the street outside. It's distracting. Right. Sorry about the chaotic energy, but let's carry on. You go into the blacksmithy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we do.
I mean, the two of you are, I assume, asleep in your bedrooms. It's Baax's turn. What do you do?
I can fantasize about whatever I want.
Oh,
Oh, no,
damn it.
yeah,
That
you're
dragon
all
gets a
have-
turn.
Okay, no, this is canon. You're all having a strange sexual dream about the blacksmith you met today. And it is
Oh,
weird,
no.
but kind of good. And you know it's a dream, and you're like, I can enjoy this. So
Yeah,
there
I'm
you
like,
for
I'm
this.
particularly very into it, let me tell you.
go. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm ready to drown and come.
Okay, sure.
Let's
Baax?
go.
Oh no. Baax?
Baax,
Yeah?
it's your turn.
What?
Go on.
I know you were
I'm
clipping.
first
I know you were clipping, but it's your turn. What do you do?
Well, I knock quickly and then I walk in, or not quickly. I knock and then I walk in.
Okay.
And once I see him, I gotta give him a warning beforehand.
Okay, so you don't just sneak up on the dude. Good.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming behind him. No, Oh, I see you're really fixing that pan. No, no, of course not, of course not, of course not. Serious. Okay. Well, I walk up, not fully up to him, like a rough 3 feet, and then I essentially just, excuse me, sir.
He stops polishing whatever, or like, he stops doing whatever he's doing and turns around and says, "Oh, hello. Right, you're a bit late. You had fun your new friends in the city, huh? All right." And he puts down
Yes.
he puts down the pike, goes off to a corner, picks up a skillet that he's finished patching. It's a good job. You can see the patch because but it's functional. It's what you wanted. He gives it to you and says, "Right, as promised. Tell your mum I'm sorry about the tardiness. The whole
Oh,
thing."
no worries, even in the slightest. By all means. I also got something for you, actually, now that we are talking about it.
Really?
I have a lovely little, and I pull out the pocket watch, a little gift for you.
Oh, right. It's one of them Charmontian time things, right? Yeah. Oh, the
Yeah.
intricacy. And he's a big dude, and his hands are very scarred and calloused. As he's turning around the small, delicate pocket watch, it is made of metal, and he's just fascinated by the designs, and he seems to be way more animated than you've seen him earlier today when he was very depressed. There's sadness in his eyes, but now he's a bit more into it. By the way, chat, quick question. The sound for you, is it even between me and the gang? Because I can't tell from now. Hopefully it's good. If it's not, please write in chat.
I need to fucking put down the fucking breathing. Alright,
Okay.
yeah, I'm good.
You know what?
It's quite rhythmic, I
No,
gotta say.
no, let's keep it in. It's
No,
okay.
Oh,
no,
it's okay.
no,
It's okay.
no.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. It's
No.
fine.
You just had to ruin it, Matt. Jeez.
Fuck!
Oh wait, I can't actually stop it.
Nice. You actually can only vote for
I
it.
can only
You got
vote
it,
to
boys.
Let's go.
I have no control of this.
No.
Breathing
None.
ASMR.
Okay. Back to black. Let's go. Hopefully, Metallica.
Back to black. Oh my.
Metallica, please help me out here. Yeah, he's looking around at this pocket watch, and then he finds the mechanism to open it. He clicks it, and it opens up. And on the inside, it is one of the most beautiful handmade watches. Something you would find in a good 18th century Rococo era. Overly fancy, but really beautiful.
Yes.
He puts it on a shelf, like on a display, and turns to you and says, "Oh, thank you. Believe it's Rainan, right? Rainan said he was gonna get one for me.
Yes.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
He asked me
It's,
to personally give it to you, as he was getting worried about you as well.
Seems and he kind of turns around to his back to his work, and slowly starts cleaning up his bench. I'm talking as a scientist. He starts cleaning up his work area to sort of wrap up for the day. He continues talking to you. He says, "I seem to have upset quite a lot of my friends. It's good that I have friends, but yeah."
Well, concern is very natural, especially in a situation like this.
Funny thing, concern. If they were really concerned, they would have maybe helped me. But it appears they all behave like everyone else, pretending nothing's happened.
Well,
I don't blame them.
Sadly, concern does not override fear.
That is true. Right, off you pop to your house then. I know you're an adult man and, curfew and a thing, but...
Talking about fear, my mother is waiting, so...
Yeah, indeed.
You know how it is.
I'll let you go then.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, actually, for the pan. She'll understand, not kick my ass. Have a good day.
I mean, if she
And
does
I-
kick you out, you can always crash upstairs, just saying.
I look back, I appreciate it. I go back
And
and
he-
so thumbs up.
Carries on doing what he's doing. I don't know how to stop this bot. Can somebody
Heavy
please do
breathing
this?
exercises.
Can somebody stop the bot, please?
You can just kick it, right?
I can't.
Wait,
Can I, oh, do I
Yes, you
do
can.
close or
Sure.
what is it?
just kick him. Just disconnect it.
Yeah, I did. Gone.
Okay, cool.
I
Man.
end his existence.
The constant battle with the music bot is an ongoing thing here with me. I can't seem to be able to comprehend that, and I have a PhD. Yay, the brains. Right. You head towards your house. It is not that far. Takes you about 5 minutes. You,
Yes.
You knock on the door to your house, I assume, or I assume you
I
have a
knock
key.
him. No, I just walk in. It's my
Yeah.
house.
You just walk
Hello,
in.
madame. May I come in?
No, mother.
As you walk
Please.
in, you can hear voices from the kitchen, and from the living room. A little bit of conversation, but it seems to be more than just your parents at home at the moment. But you're used to.
Okay.
They're muffled, so they're behind closed doors, and it seems to be nobody's aware you're back at the moment.
Okay, well, I will go into the kitchen first, place down the skillet, just leave it there on the counter, and I'll go to where my parents are at.
So as you enter the kitchen, you see your father at the moment
Oh, no.
washing up after dinner. And I shall...
Is your mom gonna do like a supervillain chair turn?
I've been waiting, Baax.
And she's just
So-
got like Le Chunkla.
Your da-
Always watching.
Your dad...
Mike Wazowski.
Jesus. Your dad is washing the dishes and sort of humming to himself and talking through. So your kitchen is connected to your dining room through like an open archway because your mother liked an open plan kitchen. So
Yes.
the door to the kitchen is from the corridor, and you're looking to. I just have to not look at the chat, otherwise it will distract me. So you're looking to your right. He's looking to his right as he's washing the dishes and talking to somebody as he is humming in between listening to the reply. The voice that you hear him talking to is actually not your mom, other familiar person. But at the moment, there's a lot of noise coming from the living room, so you can't place it.
Okay, well, I'll first talk to my dad.
So he's like,
Do you hear bellow?
Evening, Dad.
oh, goodness. Baax!
Oh, jeez, son.
Yes, it is me.
Oh.
I've returned
I mean,
from a quite eventful day.
yes, I
Plenty of
know.
Things to tell.
Almost gave me a heart attack. Be careful, sweetie. All right. By the way, there's a plate for you because you missed dinner. It's and he's pointing to the counter. He's like, so how was your day?
Quite exciting. There was nobody else in the room with me and him, right? Or was there?
Well, as you're coming closer to your dad, you see another person leaning near the wall connecting the kitchen and the dining room who was talking to your dad before you came in.
Oh,
And
right.
that
yeah.
person is very familiar to you as well. I'm just gonna
Yo,
get that
mama.
picture. It is a person you know really well. It's Falinel,
Oh, is that your boyfriend?
your best bro.
Yeah, that's my hot elf boy. No, it's my
Your
boy.
best bro. So he's
My
just
friend.
standing.
Smash.
He's just standing, leaning on the arch, I guess, and he sees you, sort of raises a hand in acknowledgement, and continues just watching
Evening,
your
Travel.
dad.
Or Charles.
He goes, "Hello, Baax. You've been gone a while."
Yes, quite an eventful day, I'm afraid. Discovered quite some things I might need to discuss with Mother.
You roleplayed a lighthouse.
If you know what I mean.
Oh, right. And he and your dad share a look, and your dad goes, "Well, Baax, if you wish to speak to your mother, she's in the dining room right now." And then you hear, "Is that Baax?" And
No.
"Come over here, boy." And your father gives you a sympathetic look and says, "Good luck." Charles also sort of nods and goes,
Before I move, I'm like, "Hey, Dad, can I pull out the griffin claw? I got something interesting. You want to check this out for me?"
He immediately drops the plates back into the sink and looks like picks it up, and you can see, if you've ever seen like tiny gold coins in a person's eyes, so his eyes go anime and they start like shining as he's looking at this thing like, "Ooh, I have never seen anything like
It'd be
this
like a
before."
sound effect or something. Be like,
Whoa!
Wow.
Cha-ching!
Please
No,
don't
it's-
identify it. It's still mine. Don't sell it just yet. I do want to know what it does, though.
You know I like peculiar little things, and you know this is a claw of some sort. Okay, I'll
You know,
I'll
if
take a
it's
look.
very special, I'll gift it to you.
Okay. Just don't tell your mom I've got this. You know she says I have enough stuff at the shop. I don't need
Just
more.
make sure
I
you
need to
do the
sell it.
dishes quickly enough.
No,
do
I
the
think-
dishes quickly enough, otherwise she'll have both of her asses.
I mean, I'm almost done. Okay. And you can see him torn between dishes and this new fun toy he just got. Charles just shakes his head and comes up to your dad and just quietly starts washing the dishes as your dad walks off to a corner with the griffin claw that you got.
Thanks, mate.
Charles just shrugs and keeps washing the dishes silently.
Onwards to my mother now, I suppose.
Imagine in this magical society, if you only knew prestidigitation.
Yes,
I do.
indeed. Hold on.
does he actually know it?
Let me check.
I do.
Because your dad doesn't know it, but somebody here might. Let me check. Sorry, guys. I completely
How
forgot
much,
that.
how simple life is just made when you just have prestidigitation.
Indeed, indeed. Yes, and you notice as Charles starts washing the dishes, he literally just picks them up and they go clean and sparkly, and he puts them to the side. He just pulls them out of the sink, and with his, like, as they get to his hands, they prestidigitate into clean plates, and he's cleaning up after your dad, which had the manual
The
washing
flex.
going.
Yes.
Just automatic washing machine.
And he does it
A simple
quietly.
job in this economy.
He does it quietly, without any pizzazz, just doing his job. As you walk through the arch to your dining room, which is quite spacious, you see your mother sitting in her armchair in front of the fireplace, stroking the cat that you have, because your mom likes furry little things.
Super villain chair turn incoming.
She just looks at you, Baax, and says, "Do you know what time it is?"
It's a bit late, but after I tell you what I tell you, you'll understand why I was late.
All right. What is it this time? You did bring the skillet back, did you?
Yes, the skillet has been fixed and is at the counter at the kitchen.
Good, good. You can at least follow instructions. Carry on.
Well, the reason why I came so late, regardless also with the pan, is because... wait, we are in a secure room right now, right? We would be in what we consider a secure room.
By the way, this is your mom. At home, she's not wearing the armor. She is dressed up in a black robe. Your mom prefers not very colorful clothes. Your father is more of an ostentatious kind of man. He likes an odd purple scarf here and there. Your mom is very somber. And she's dressed in a silk nightgown with a cap. She looks at you on your mention of is it safe? And she says, "You know we soundproof our house, right? Whatever you say here is fine. We have no other guests except Trarrell, and he knows."
Okay, well in that case, our dear blacksmith's daughter, Sarah, has likely been ruptured.
And as you say raptured, Trarrell stops prestidigitating. Your mom stops stroking the cat for a second, and the cat's like, turns around with a question like, "The fuck?"
What the fuck?
Turns to her,
How
Stroking
dare
the
you?
cat.
turns to her back and
Dare you.
starts like patting your mom as she continues to stroke her, and the cat
How
subsides.
dare die,
Mm-hmm.
mortal.
Indeed, cats. As she is stroking the cat, she says, "Interesting. Well, if she truly has been raptured, there's nothing we can do about it. You know that. It happens all the time."
Yes, but this time around I feel I need to figure it out.
She does a long sigh and says, "I understand. It is in your nature. Maybe that's why he prefers you. Well, as long as you don't do this alone. You know the rules. Do not stick out unnecessarily, and always bring a buddy."
Shut the fuck
Well,
up.
that first one is kind of a failure.
Not really.
Yeah.
The magical failure with eyes.
Oh.
Light show. Literally
You're the
disco
fucking
party.
Eye of Sauron scanning the environment. Like, wow, that's
For
not
real.
on this.
Everybody just looking
Anyway.
at you like, what the fuck is that?
Well, anything I can do to
Either
help.
way. Well, if you could investigate perhaps her friend group, because Sarah's friend group. Just give me a little bit of thing on them, because it seems like they are in some shit, the entire thing about it, and there may be something more happening here. Additionally, there's something I found at the tavern, or not the tavern, the inn of, I forget the name.
Okay,
The inn.
okay, stop.
Hello.
Baax, you're doing this again. And
What?
at this point, Trarrell walks back into the room, wiping his hands from the water, and sits down at another chair next to sort of listening to your conversation. Your mom goes, "You're doing this again. You're babbling. I know your brain is working overtime and goes faster than you can speak, but slow down. I don't know what you know. You need to tell me, okay?"
Does she,
Are you-
by the way, notice that some of my clothes is kind of burned, and also the fact that a table ramp may should have given me some injuries to be shown, because I'm still injured.
Yeah, at this point, she's sort of looking you over and says, "Did you go through a meat grinder?" And Trarrell finally looks you over again and goes, "Just eyebrows tilted."
I want to clarify. Are you in game confirming Mads is an idiot?
No, just an overthinker.
Not entirely.
Overthinker. Yeah, okay, Mads.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh god.
Oh
You're-
god.
I hate it here.
Well, you wanted to play a wizard with 2 intelligence?
Oh wait, what is your intelligence? Shit.
What is your intelligence actually, Mads?
15?
Yeah, no,
I
you're
can't say
fine.
about my intelligence. Probably
Seven.
13 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, as I'm saying, your
That's
your
probably
mother,
higher than
you
mine,
you
actually.
sometimes do this when you have a lot of thoughts in your head and you're doing an investigation and you know what comes out of your mouth doesn't usually fit what's the coherent sentence inside your brain. So your mother shows to you to a chair and says, "How about you start from the beginning and tell me what happened?" And on that note, I think I'm not sure. How much, to save time, because we don't want you to tell her everything, let's just say, how much are you willing to disclose to your mother of what happened today?
Well, first off, I woke up and brushed my teeth, then I went to have some breakfast.
And then I almost died.
Yeah?
Well, I relay the situation at the inn. I relay the situation in regards to the rupture.
You don't talk about the church?
And I relay the information about the hex bag.
You do you give all the information that you went to the church and you brought it to the bishop and all that? Let's just say something
Probably
simpler.
not.
Let's just say something simpler. What do you not tell your mother? Like, what do you make specifically do not want your mother to know?
I mean, I probably don't include my 2 companions. But
Okay,
everything else.
so you don't
Mom,
mention.
I love men.
So you don't mention.
This is the time to come out.
Yes.
City is about to burn.
Come
Mother,
on.
I am gay.
Mother, I'm into humans.
So by the way,
No.
by the way,
What's worse?
by the way, Trarrell is in on this whole conversation unless you specifically don't want him to be in on it, then he'll walk out. But generally, he just sits there
my bro's
quietly
in.
listens.
My brother
Okay.
is in.
Your
So
homie there.
So you don't mention Sildanna and Ferverand. Now, do you mention that you almost got killed by a table?
He got rammed.
Maybe, yeah.
I only refer that an animated object hit me way too hard unexpectedly.
Okay,
In the
you're not
situation with the hex bag.
technically you're not lying. You've learned how to catch your own technicalities.
Like, I'm just gonna tell you this, Matt. That sounds like a real fucking pussy move. Like, your like, what, military mother is like, so what happened to you? A table unexpectedly hit me, or like, I'm sorry, did I raise a little bitch?
It just sounds like you get caught in like a lie. So like a table burst into flames and then started flying towards me.
Okay, you know what? I've
Like,
changed my
that
mind.
excuse,
This is
yeah.
way too fun. You're gonna actually tell me what exactly you tell your mom, and the 3 of us will have to rip into you because she will. Okay, retcon, change it. I don't care how long this takes. This will happen.
Let's go.
This is happening. I am calling it. Okay, so
no.
your mother points at a chair. You sit down. You fix whatever's not burnt of your clothes, and she continues stroking the cat as she looks at you expectantly.
This
From
is
the
like
beginning.
it's like the Muppets, the 2 like guys in a theater just like making bad jokes about the actors. It's just me. That's just us right now.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently.
But
Go on,
guys,
Matt. Dance.
give him a chance to speak a little before we rip into him. For a more comedic effect, it's best to rip into him at the end. So let's. Baax.
Well, mother, the situation in regards to the inn, in regards to the hex bag, it animates.
I'm sorry. Hex bag?
Yes,
I
there seemed to be a
said
hex bag that specifically targeted. Fuck. Iris.
Do you mean?
Don't you remember? It was changed to Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. Bro, I actually went to Esmeralda for a second. I was like, wait, no, that's stupid.
It was changed mid-session because you
Okay,
forgot.
guys,
No,
guys.
it was Danny who forgot.
I know you're having fun.
Fucking get it
but
right.
Give his mother a chance to call him out on his bullshit. Okay, I'll let you laugh at him all you want. Just give me this.
What is the situation? What is the situation? I hate it here.
As you're saying, would you say Aris or whatever? She looks at you and says, "Do you mean to say Aris of the Deep Pillow Tavern?"
Yes, Eris.
Okay. You also said hexbag. I'm confused already. And she gives a look to Trowel, who looks at her and shrugs.
Well, I happen to help two strangers in regards to their surrounding in regards to the pilgrimage, as anyone would. And in the quest to do that, I went to the inn, and suddenly, while talking with them, and also while talking to the blacksmith, we found in a situation where animated object seemed to be bursting out of the room and decided to chase Eris.
Okay, so... sorry, I'm interrupting, but... I've sent you to pick up a skillet. And you end up in the entertainment district, as one does, helping two complete strangers on a pilgrimage. As, expected. It's fine, but okay. And an animated object.
Mother, I did tell you before that the blacksmith was not there because the rupture. And so I had to find him. And then I found him at that inn. I just happened to also help two strangers that was there. One which was talking to him at the time.
Okay. So
common currency involved me to continue on.
Snitch.
Okay, so...
Fuck off.
At this point, she thinks about it and says...
Natalie's, you saying snitch, Natalie's literally, looking into anything I say right now. It's like...
No, Baax, your
something.
mother is completely unaware of what happened. I am literally taking you at your word as you're speaking, and she is genuinely confused. I know what happened. She doesn't. That's why I am role-playing as your mother, who doesn't know what happened.
You're saying that as if 2 minutes ago you were like, yeah, roll back, let's fuck him over.
Hey, Mats, look, what you're essentially doing is this. You have the point of the conversation, and then there's a you. And you just keep going and going and going. And you never reach the point. You just keep dancing around.
See, your mom the whole time is wondering, when does he get to the part where he tells me he got the pan?
Literally, she's like, I sent you to get me a skillet. And you went, okay, fine. You ended up in the entertainment district. You were at the Deep Pillow Tavern. I mean, they have great lunch. I hope you had dinner, because we've had dinner a very long time ago while you were off on your... And she gestures at your burnt clothes adventure. When you were perchanced upon by an animated object, I assume it was on fire? Hence the burns?
Yes.
Okay. What happened next? So you're attacked by this object. Clearly, you're not dead.
Well, in the most basic of terms, I just ended up... Blacksmith went there, I tracked him down. A situation happened at the inn. I then resolved that situation, kind of, at the best of my ability.
At this point, her eyes narrow, and she's got these bright amber eyes that look like jewels in her head. Your father's the one with the blue eyes, the ones that you got from him. But your mom has these very gem-like eyes, and as she narrows them, they turn into tiny slits. She looks you over,
trying to mimic
and
it.
she doesn't even have to roll. She's your mother. She knows you're not telling her everything, but she's not gonna call you out on it just yet. But she is suspicious as hell right now.
I love how you're avoiding to tell her that you got your ass beat by a table.
Bro, there ain't no way to run that over to a military mother without being fucking disowned. I'm sorry, I'm skipping that shit.
So
What you mean my son's a bitch?
So she looks at you.
I didn't raise no quitter.
She looks at you and she says, "Okay, I'm not going to ask for the details because clearly, for some reason, you do not wish to tell me. Most likely, they're embarrassing. The one question I will ask is, you did not expose yourself, did you?"
Define exposed.
I knew it!
Did I turn into a lighthouse? Maybe?
Did I accidentally blind a pedestrian with my glowing eyeballs? Maybe. Did I also whip out my dick? Yes.
You know what she means by have you exposed yourself. You know, she means that.
How hard of a deception roll is this gonna be?
Direct exposure? No. But in the quest to save her life, I did give some hints. Yes.
Okay.
I will not lie. I did give some hints, but a full exposure, no. I convinced them that it was a faulty defect in regards to my magic casting. Because someone did notice.
I believe you on this. I mean, it is in your interest not to do this.
It's what I fucking did, Gabe. Fucking look,
yeah,
shut
these,
up. I'm
these...
looking at you, motherfucker. Sorry, go on.
These strangers, two of them,
Yes.
do you think they would pose us a problem, or are they inconsequential?
Well, inconsequential at the moment, yes.
Okay, I'll let this go for now. I will get their names later and keep an eye on them. But for now, continue, because this, I assume, accounts for half of your adventure.
Mama hawk just on the jaw.
Well, it was essentially just... Well, it was just kind of that battle, and so found the hex back, destroyed it, and then we removed it upon getting to
So, the
clergy.
hex bag, I'm not sure what that is. You keep saying hex bag, and
Hex
I
bag
assume it's a
is-
bag
sorry.
of something.
I'm so sorry. It's essentially Eris was cursed. And so she had basically a target on her back that made animated objects come alive and try to attack her every day.
At this point, Charles sort of sits up and says, "Really? I did not know that. She seemed fine every time I spoke to her."
They tried to lock it in a room and try to keep everything as normal.
Oh, right. Is that why she kept
Business.
telling people not to go to the end of the corridor? And your mom sort of nods and thinks about it. So you're saying this animated object happened because of the hex bag, and somebody
Yes.
has cursed
Deliberately
Eris.
gone for it, yes. I have, and I pull out a paper in regards, because I still have the paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I also wrote down what it means, but I don't know the language.
Okay.
I essentially showed the language to Travel, because he would maybe know, because he's in the history and whatnot. That's his charade. And so I kind of like give it to him.
He
If
takes
you know
it,
this language,
He takes the paper
please let me know.
and looks at it and is like, he recognizes the blood and he kind of goes, "No, sorry, no, it's a language I can't read, unfortunately. But, seems to me like it was, because it's ripped in half. It's like, I believe it was a magic circle. I'm sure this is what was causing the animation, but you would know more about that."
Yes, I've already tracked down. It's her name and essentially going. I think it was basically in their version of animate object or whatever. But I have no idea what the language essentially means. Only that it was this meaning, likely. That's what I could decipher from the magical circle. But I have no idea what the language. Could you perhaps look it through the records? Maybe.
Charles nods and says, I was about to tell you I was gonna, if you give me the signs, I can maybe look if there was anything in the city over the last few thousand years.
I write it
or
down.
something.
I write it down and give him the thing. Perhaps not with the plot one.
Yes, yeah, thanks. And he seems a little uncomfortable now, but with the regular paper, he starts studying it immediately as your mother is still thinking and says, all right. So you've destroyed this hex bag, so Eris is safe. Good.
Yes. My original idea was to track the bag, but my charming companion decided to step on the bag and crush the bones and the remains, and which cancel it up and destroyed it.
Right.
Charming, you say?
Interesting. Okay, so that's the thing with the tavern. What does Acture has to do with any of this? What does the blacksmith have to do with any of this? I'm confused.
He happens to be. I was tracking him down, and found him at the inn.
Okay.
And that's how I originally came upon the inn.
Now it makes sense. Right. Okay. This is slightly concerning. I mean, not slightly. This is very concerning because this thing happening in Laudenborough, right on the verge of the festival.
The clergy did not know.
Sorry?
Asking the bishop, he had no idea this was a thing.
You talked to the bishop?
I talked to a bishop, yes, with the companions that I was with. Because multiple people knew about the bag, and therefore I could not just take it home. I could not just keep it a concealed secret. And so the best thing to do was, especially since I had faithful people around, to bring it to the clergy.
Who did you tell?
Who did I tell about what?
About the hex bag. Names.
The only one... What the fuck was what was the bishop's name?
Do you remember the bishop's name?
Do you remember?
The bishop's name.
She looks at you like, you don't even remember? Okay, what did this...
Can I do an intelligence check just to remember instead of just saying I don't remember?
Sure.
I
Give me an intelligence
how
check.
you went. I love how you have the police officer mommy and you decided to go over her head anyway.
I didn't try to go over her head.
What did you roll, my bro?
You basically, like, okay, she's the lieutenant. You effectively went like, I'm going to talk to the captain instead. It was like,
Ooh.
okay.
Well, that is a 18 plus, 2. Third 20.
Okay, you would remember this is Bishop Sencor, who is the right-hand man of Archbishop Galatea.
Well, I tell
Write
her.
that down.
So she looks at you and says, okay, so you've brought evidence of some sort of dark sorcery to the bishop, the right-hand man of the archbishop. The two people in this city whose attention we do not want.
The fuck is it? Can you repeat his name again for a second?
Sencor.
Sencor. Bishop Sencor.
It's like Encore, but with an S.
This is his last name. He's got a middle name and a first name that...
Cool.
You did not give a shit. He's usually named as Bishop Sencor. And she looks at you and says, the two people in this city whose attention we do not want, and you bring them evidence of dark magic that you have somehow found in their perfect city. How many times do I have to tell you? Stay low. Do not stick your head out. Investigate, but quietly. Do not bring whatever you find to the goddamn authorities. And at this point, your father walks in, and he puts his hand on your mother's shoulder and says, it's okay, honey. You know, he was surrounded by two people he didn't know. He couldn't just say, hey, let's conceal this evidence of dark magic. And maybe it's better. Maybe through this, he might, get the suspicion off of us. And she's massaging her temples and looks at your dad and says,
You just go...
all right.
That's literally it. I mean, did you want me to just grab it to give it to us? Do you want me to bring it to you instead?
No, it's fine.
Bring it back to her family?
It's
when
fine.
people knew I had it?
You've done enough, it's fine. And she looks at Trarel, who's been studying who's been sitting quietly and visibly in a chair while this was happening, looking at the sigil, and she says, do you mind asking your mother? she maybe, you know, try to see how much they know. And Trial looks at your mum and says, all right, she's a bit busy lately, but yeah, when she has the time, I'm sure she can be discreet. She nods at him and says, she okay? And Charles goes, yeah, she is. She, you know, sometimes zones out. she's got a new hobby, telling the weather and all the different kinds of snow. Honestly,
I step up and like put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "It's okay, man. It's okay. We're here for you."
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's not that. It's just she's got a new hobby and it's been consuming her entire time. But I will ask her. It will be all right. Your dad nods sagely and says, yes. See, when we're not screaming and not being forceful, everything gets sorted out. And at this point, your mom's like, okay.
Please watch out.
Okay, that's enough, get out. And your dad's like, yes, honey. Gets up and goes back into the kitchen. She goes, okay.
I like the husband goes back to the kitchen.
That
Can
fiasco.
I too go back to the kitchen? Oh,
No. Come back here right now. I need you to give me the names of the two people that you've met, because I need to do a check on them.
well, if you insist, it is...
Snitch.
It is Snitch! I believe it is Sildanna and Ferverand.
We got last names, or how do they look
Ferverand
like?
Dickens, I believe he introduced himself as. Funny little last name.
Really? Ferverand Dickens?
That's what he introduced himself as. It could be a fucking joke name for all I know.
That is not his name. Nobody's name.
No,
that.
probably not. But man, what could I just be like? Nobody's named fucking Dickens. Get out of here.
The Dickens.
I love how absolutely incompetent you're describing yourself to your mother. Like, holy shit.
This is why I wanted to
basically-
roleplay this, because nothing would give the je ne sais quoi of this conversation.
I honestly hope when you described the husband like patting his wife on the shoulder, he would just have gone like, I'm sorry you raised a fucking moron.
Okay.
I blame myself.
So she says, okay, so one of them has a fake name. What does he look like, at least, so that I can, you know, maybe send someone to watch him?
Well, he has a pretty obvious tell. He's the only guy basically having a mask on, walking around, kind of bluish. Essentially, relay the information about what that Ferverand. I'm not going to go into.
Yeah, that's fine. So you explain how
Charming.
Ferverand and Sildanna look like. You don't know Sildanna's last name, so she's...
I never asked Sildanna's last name.
I don't even think you asked my first name.
I heard it.
Yeah,
You've heard it probably,
you would
yeah.
be talking, yeah. So she nods and she writes it down and she says,
I think the only identifiable thing really about me is that I'm a half-elf.
even that is not really that identifiable.
Do you want me to go to them? Hey, and give me your government name?
I'm a pretty average-looking woman.
You're literally blending into the background. Like, Baax, you're finding it hard to describe. Like, as you're describing Sildanna to your mom, every time she frowns and she says, "You've literally described like a quarter of the city." Okay, fine, whatever. She writes down everything you say.
She's an unremarkable woman. Sorry.
No, it's not it. I mean, just... One thing you need to learn is to be a little bit less hasty and a bit more observant. That just will help you greatly. Just saying. Advice. And she writes down distinguishing features, their name, and she says, "Okay, I will set someone discreet to look into them, to see if they're trustworthy or they're onto us. But for now, I would advise you not to just, do what you usually do. Ignore the rapture, honestly. There's nothing we can do if it really is the rapture. I mean, she'll be back eventually." Did you just... wait. Akshar's daughter. Did you just call her Sarah?
Isn't that her name?
Oh, dear God. And at this point, Trial sort of sighs as well and goes, "It's Adelia. But it's alright. I mean, you never really paid attention to anything that was happening around you. And she's not in our year. And he's sort of trying to tell your mum, like, it's okay. You know, she's in the scribe college, which is quite far off. And your mum looks at him and says, don't defend him. Why do you always do this? Come on, man.
He's at maximum brain capacity. He can't help it.
Come on, man.
She's
Stop.
random statistic. I don't. I'm more about the mystery here, guys.
At this point, Trial looks at you a little bit, like, exasperated, saying, like, I know you don't really care, but really, maybe don't say this out loud, because some people might, you know...
Well, I didn't exactly tell her dad, hey, I don't give a shit about your daughter, but I hope you... No, I didn't. I was being as cautious and polite as usual,
Yes.
but I'm just saying...
No,
thanks for reminding me.
I
Easier.
understand.
But I
It's
was just gonna
okay.
say, oh, I found your daughter if I only got it to it.
So, wait, did you promise... Did you promise him anything? What did you tell him?
Yes,
Go.
I
What did
told
you
him I
say?
would look into it if I could,
Okay,
Without-
okay.
making me myself vulnerable.
Okay, fine. God, I'm getting a headache. Anyway, I got a lot to think about, but for now, don't do anything suspicious. For the love of Gallifrey, please don't do anything suspicious. And Charles looks at you and says, do you wanna... And he looks at your mum. You know, the body system? Should I, And your mom looks at Charles and says, honestly, I would love you to babysit my kid, but you have better things to do. And Charles nods and says, as you guys want, I don't mind either way.
I'm wondering how, at what point she's going to connect Matt's I only use my magic eyes in life-threatening situations with fighting a table.
He never said it was a table. It said animated object, and your mom just didn't wanna know. She was like, no, I am not gonna pry. This is gonna be embarrassing.
That's Loki saying, like, I did this with 2 other people, and I used my magic juice in front of
My
them.
magic juice.
Yeah.
No,
Did you
she knows.
follow
She knows I'm like at a mage academy. I'm fully allowed to use my standard magic in public.
Yeah. So I'll just say she's getting tired from this conversation, and there's a lot of information to impart, like as an info dump, and she bids you goodnight. Says, again, once more, don't do anything stupid. At least try not to.
By the will of Gallifrey.
Honestly, sometimes I wonder. And she looks you over, and then she looks at Trial. Why you? But oh well, little do we know. It is his will. And walks off to her bed. Your father emerges a little bit later with the little Griffon thing and says, I've had the opportunity during your long conversation to sort of overhear, because, you know, I got your back, bro. And he taps you on the back, you know, like dad does, you know, I got your back, bro. It puts his hand back up.
That's what the
and says,
kids say these days, right?
yeah, that's what people
Hello,
say.
my fellow kids.
Right.
Oh my
I've got your back, brother in arms.
Hi, brethren.
I don't actually, I'm not very sure, because I don't have the ability to, you know, I know you're the mage, right? There's an identify spell, that is, what level is it? I believe it's a first level spell?
First.
Or first level.
First, I guess.
Oh. You know
I don't
what?
have it.
Yeah, no. He would be able to do it. Yeah. I was just wondering. I thought it was a higher level. I thought it was like level 2 spell. He looks at you and says, "Actually, yeah, I spent a little bit of time looking into this object, and it's actually extremely useful. It is, and now you can write it down if I can scroll where it was. Sorry, this has been a while. Just need to find the correct shop." Where it was, well, yeah, it was in the inn. Sorry, it wasn't in the shop. So you have, I believe, a griffin's claw, yes, scorched by flame. And he says, basically, this is a very interesting object. No idea where you found it, but it's very useful. So, what it does, it usually, you can activate it. So you sort of squeeze it. I'm not gonna do it now because, don't wanna activate it. And whatever weapon you use, it increases its potential to damage fiends. Must be useful if you're fighting fiends, but, not really sure. Well, why else would you use it for? But it's been forged, apparently, in the Nine Hells itself. So, yeah, if you ever encounter a fiend, this is your buddy. So, considering...
Perhaps not tell Mother I gave it to you, please.
Oh, no. There's a lot of things we don't tell your mother. I love her,
Yes.
but I am terrified of her. So, here
Don't
we
want
go.
that shit to
My
the
butt tattoo.
my good old butt tattoo.
On
Never
that
saw it.
note, she's been gone for a good 10 minutes, and she's in a mood. So, I'm going up, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye. And, he...
Yeah, after that discussion, I am fully agree with you.
Yeah, with a chipper walk, and like with a hop in his step, goes up hops
And
up
a
the
scuff and a
stairs.
hip scuff.
And you know what that means. Your mom, when she's mad, the only way, or like when she's frustrated and angry, the only way to get her to calm down.
Death by Snoo.
Excessive.
Huh?
Indeed. So your dad has gone off to do what he does best.
Get his fucking pelvis pounded into dust.
Indeed. That's what your dad has got.
So, honey, Baax was a bitch today. Are you ready? Mercy, please.
On that note, you are left in the room with Trarl, who is just sitting there, looking at the sigil, quietly. As you have, make sure to write that down. So you actually, this is what your sigil does. So when held and activated, it grants a weapon an additional 2d6 points of damage against fiends until you take a short rest. So it's something that sort of activates temporarily. And I believe...
2d4?
Yeah, 2d6 points of damage against fiends. So it is damage that cannot be negated, cannot be resisted. It is specific damage to fiends. It says a weapon, so it's not a martial weapon. So it could be a staff, but it is any weapon attack. It could be a bow, could be anything, but it is not a spell attack. So if you cast a spell from your staff, that wouldn't work. If you bonk someone with your staff, that would work, basically.
Gonna get a horny bunk. Yeah, no worries.
And it has charges, and after you've used all the charges, it is basically just a claw. And I shall tell you how many charges it has. It has 3 charges. So you can use it. So basically, if you cast it onto your weapon until you take a short rest, it will keep doing the 2d6 damage. And once you take a short rest, it will have 1 less charge. And you cannot
Just
recharge
never sleep. Never sleep. Always powerful.
Short or long rest, basically. Okay, so just, it's a custom thing. Just tell me when you have it. It's not an item I've made on D&D Beyond. Just put it up there. I might make it, but it'll take me a while
I've
too.
added it into my,
Cool.
into the D&D.
Okay, that taken care of. Your dad has identified, now that you know this.
Mom's that's drinking after I was born. Damn it, Danny.
Anyway, there's been a lot of Mads bullying in here. But in any case,
Can't believe it.
you're left with your buddy, who just is sitting there looking at you.
You're a little steady, buddy.
Sorry you had to see that.
I'm used to it. Your mum's always been like this.
Yes.
Honestly, it's kind of refreshing.
I wouldn't call it that. At least in my eyes.
I mean, you wouldn't. She seemed to be, more involved. Right.
Yeah, I mean, and I look around. Oh, how was when I used the skillet on her? My God.
I would not do that. She would whoop your ass.
You hear from a distance, I heard that!
I'd fucking run, man. I'd book it.
No, she doesn't say that. She is busy.
I
Trarl,
can just hear the fucking bed creaking. And my dad goes, ah!
no, you have very good soundproofing in this house. You cannot hear it. But
This
the
is
door...
why we have soundproofing.
Indeed. Not the only reason. Trarl eventually gets up and
It's
says,
horrid.
Right, I think I best make my way back. It's a bit of a walk. I'll try to look through our library and see if I can find anything. I mean, Dad's been collecting books since, I don't know, 500 years. He must have something. If not, I'll go into the college tomorrow and take a look. I'll tell you if I find anything.
Yes, I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you, Trell.
Sure, man. Anytime. Just, yeah, be careful. Otherwise, you know, she was on a scale of... I'd say she was a 3 on a 10 scale of angry today. So you don't want her to get anywhere near 5, because I've never seen her angrier than 6. And I'm... Yeah, you know.
Imagine my father if she reaches 10.
I mean, I don't think...
I won't be able to come for the next 3 weeks.
No!
Even the soundproofing is not enough. I can still hear it through the wall.
Your
Trarel's...
mother isn't done. You gotta give me a tactical reload.
Let's go.
A tactical reload?
How does that work?
No. The game, please.
I don't want to know.
I need details.
No.
Ask me after stream because you don't want to do it on stream.
Send it in the Discord.
I'm sorry.
Tell you what, I'll type it up. I'll send it to you, and,
Okay.
and you enjoy. Okay.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Can we please? Okay. Back to...
God, I'm scared.
Can we, me too. Can we go back to the relative safety of the plot?
No.
Thank you. Anyway. Don't choke, Mads, please.
Mads dies.
The one episode Mads dies.
No, I'm ready.
Um,
I'm ready.
Okay. Whew. Right. Oh god, my cheeks hurt. Okay. I forgot where I was. Yeah, Trial nods at you, says, "It's okay, bro. Gotcha." And heads off into the night to go home.
Yeah, take care. Good night, man.
Waves. Heads off.
Being very casual towards family. I will, head to bed because I'm fucking done. This is not...
You literally almost died today, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm done.
Take a long rest, Baax. You've got it. A long rest, my man.
Do we take the long rest, Toe?
Indeed. Everybody sleeps a safe and sound night. Nothing wakes you up. No strange noises. It's a very comfortable inn, and your house is soundproof, Baax, as we've established. So you all have a lovely night's rest.
Don't worry. I can see how much his fucking pelvis just crushed the next day.
It is now the next day, and I am going to hopefully... I swear to God this better work again. If it starts acting up once more, I am simply going to just... I don't know what I'm going to do.
Honestly, if it acts up again and you do that, I'll bring popcorn. I'll just enjoy the show.
Just scream. Just scream.
Okay, here we go. There, Sildanna, and Ferverand, you wake up to birds singing. You wake up to lovely sort of, muffled noises of the street, some of the noises of the people talking in the street, but you know, it's very muffled. The rooms, honestly, you slept like kings and queens. It is very comfortable. This is why it's called the deep pillow. You fall into your pillow and you wake up in the morning fully rested. The day's yours. It is about 9 a.m. You woke up in due time. You went to bed at a good, sensible time.
Okay.
Whatever you do, don't read the Discord.
Yeah, so
Please do. Just for context, Natalie, read the Discord.
Don't do it.
I'm sorry, Gabe. I'm
Save
sorry,
your
Gabe.
sanity.
No. You finish learning what a tactical reload is.
Oh. Okay, no, that... Yeah. Okay.
No, imagine Bax's dad asking his son for a tactical reload.
Okay, that is disturbing now.
Why do you think I fucking lost it? Because I understood the fucking context.
Oh,
God, that's horrible, man.
You wake up after strange
wake up.
dreams. You wake up after strange dreams
Have some strange
of
dreams.
like a shirtless, muscly, sweaty, and oily blacksmith, and
I
then
wake
that
up
dream,
feeling pretty good.
that dream
I know
got
exactly what
got
blacksmith is.
switched. Yeah, it got switched with a strong, muscled woman going at it with
Oh.
a very pliable
Oh,
man. You've had some kinky dreams, and you wake up.
this is one of the better ones, I gotta say.
Yeah, no,
Fucking-
it was
your
great.
bed is just drenched in sweat.
No, you
That's
wake
not
up.
all.
You wake up in a comfortable state. I'd say, in a pleasant sort of. That was very interesting and entertaining. The day's yours. What do you wish to do?
The day is mine. What do most pilgrims on their pilgrimage do?
Well, usually, as I said, you have the 3 hours of service that you
Yeah,
can
the
do.
3 hours of service. I remember
And
that.
You need to get to the church before midday for a custom mass, because you came a bit late yesterday.
Okay then. So
And so,
a
yeah.
bit early to go in now, though.
Yeah, you can go down for breakfast if you want.
I just go down for breakfast, get my clothes and everything like all sorted. I probably take like a little bath as I wake up, you know.
Yeah, the servants are more than happy, or like the staff is more than happy to fill up a bath for you again. Eris, and they're all really friendly to you as well. Eris, probably told them what you did to save her establishment, so they're being overly friendly. With, they bring you extra towels, a nice fluffy robe and slippers, They ask if you want breakfast in bath on a tray instead of in the restaurant.
You know what? Why not?
They bring you a sort of a continental, like a croissant with some ham and cheese and a bunch of, bits and bobs. A solid breakfast and some orange juice, and you're sitting there with
Feeling
a little
bougie as fuck.
with a
right
little tray, and there's a little flour in a pot as you're having your meal while in a bath. The sun is shining through the window. It is warm and lovely.
now.
You spend a great
Just let
morning.
it fucking rip in the bathtub.
You can do whatever you want. It's a private room. Ferverand, I
Yeah.
assume, as you wake up, you're sort of, you come out of the strange, porny dreams, and then you you look to your side, and you notice the sun falling from the sky hits you at an angle. Obviously the shadows early morning are slightly off. And then you see your shadow start moving, and it, from a 2D version on the floor, it sort of materializes into this 3D figure, which does this, like, pose.
Well, I see you didn't wait for me to get dressed. And I kind of just fucking yank off the sheet. Underwear agape. I don't sleep with you, you creep. Stop thinking about me that way. I saw you, Nat. I get dressed.
As you do, putting on clothes, this figure kind of mimics putting on clothes, even though it's made of complete shadow. It's got a shadow, it doesn't have a face, doesn't have eyes or mouth or ears or anything. You can see the hands move around, and
I give him a bedsheet to wear like a cloak, just to distract him while I finish getting dressed.
as you give him the bedsheet, this figure sort of tries to grab it, and its hand goes through the bedsheet, and the bedsheet falls
So
on the ground,
close.
and it goes,
Yeah, I didn't care for it much anyway. And just tossed it on the bed.
the shadow person just sort of, idles by as you get dressed and do things, and, stretches a little bit, tries to do some funny gestures to get your attention, and you're giving it some attention, so it's pretty satisfied.
I basically adjust my jacket. Look at my shadowy little baby boy in its non-existent eyes, and I go, well, I'm off to have dinner. If you come with me, people are probably gonna start screaming, so I advise against it.
You can visibly see, like, the droop of the shoulders, and then the shadow like wafts. It is like smoke, like disappears into smoke, and your shadow is normal once more.
I gesture to my shadow that's now normal and say, at least now you can come with me.
There's a little sign on the floor in 2D.
Right. Let's go get breakfast. And I go meet up with the chef.
Breakfast.
As
Breakfast.
you head down,
We're gonna get breakfast.
big breakfast. As you head down across from the and it's done its thing again.
Oh, did you tell it to repeat?
No.
You fool.
When will you learn?
Oh
Will
no.
you learn?
The application did not respond. Okay, I'll let you do this.
Slash repeat.
Do you
There
want,
you go.
do I need to upload it again?
Oh. No, it just didn't respond.
Okay. I'll just... I swear to God! This is...
It would be hilarious if this bot also got cancelled.
no moderator roles have been selected. I cannot control this bot. I cannot control this bot!
I can't control it.
Do something. Do something, Gabe.
Is it playing something
Daddy,
right now?
Gabe, please.
It is
Don't
not playing
know it.
anything.
Get done.
Fuck it. I'm kicking it. I'm kicking
Phone
it.
Daddy,
I'm
please.
satisfied about this.
Oh, will it kick it from the server if I do that?
Yeah.
If you click it, then yes, you disconnect it to make it leave.
There we go. I'll just do that again.
Kicks it. Goodbye, motherfucker.
It's not behaving.
It was the last time you messed with me. It's playing.
Is it playing something?
Yeah.
Now it's repeating.
Oh yeah, I hear it now.
The problem was just that it wasn't playing anything.
Cool. Okay.
Oh,
So
you turned it off.
you head down to the you need to get to the dining hall. You need to go past the reception, and at this point, Eris quickly comes up to you and says, "Oh, hello,
good morning.
Ferverand. I didn't get to speak to you in detail yesterday. I just really wanted to thank you for helping me and for really, taking care of this big problem I've had for a while. As I said, you and Sildanna can stay at the inn for as long as you want. I mean, not for 6 months, but like if you're here for the next 2-3 weeks, feel free to stay and
For a
food's
while,
food's on us.
I get it.
Yeah, food's on us as well. So, again, just wanted to thank you once more before you head off and do other great things, I'm sure. Right. Have a lovely breakfast. I hope Sildanna's feeling well as well.
By the way, my compliments to your head chef. Very good.
Of course, this place would not be the same without Atan. He's a treasure, honestly. Can you believe it? He at first was working at the Big Hand Inn, the vegan place. He didn't know what it was before he signed the contract. Thankfully, they only serve lunch, so I kind of poached him. But all's good. We're all friends. Anyway, have to go back to the reception. And she gently pats you on the shoulder with a smile, goes back in a chipper mood, starts signing in and signing out more guests.
Mhm.
You...
Is there a bunch of people done for breakfast?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few of there's like the pilgrim couple you've seen yesterday who ran out when a commotion happened, and they're back and they seem to be like eating with a little bit of wariness, but calming down. There's a few guards who are on duty, a few Holy Order members, just having a cup of tea and talking, with a small bagel. Not very that many people. Some people from the inn, mostly people who stay here. Some of them are still asleep. It is a vacation town as well. Do you head through to the kitchen, or do you sit down and order stuff?
I just head to the kitchen. I want to chat with the chef.
Yeah. As you head over to the kitchen, you see Chef Atan is like in the midst of cooking. And breakfast is a fast affair because people have to get to work. They don't have time to sit down and have a leisurely dinner, right? He needs to cook for 30 or for however many people. And you can see him yelling orders out to the little Michael, who is rushing around with giant plates and putting them onto where the staff can grab them, and folding napkins and all that. And he's helping him with some of the frying bits and bobs. as the kitchen is bustling. They seem to not notice you at first. They're a bit busy.
Need a hand, old chap?
Oh, hello, it's you. No, I got this. Just lots of things. You want breakfast? What do you want? I make it for you.
Whatever you're willing to make.
Man, it is easier if you tell me. Just what you want. I can make a lot of dishes.
I'll have a piece of toast with a fried egg and a good sauce.
Okay, you know what? That's pretty easy. Michael! And the little boy's like, yeah? It's like, you go make toast in the what? Oh my god, I literally forgot. You know in the oven there's the grill. Yeah. Make toast with the grill. And he turns to you. Do you want cheese? Standard toast with no cheese is strange.
Of course, cheese. I'm not a
Okay.
savage.
Naturally. You know how to do grilled cheese, right? You do that, and you fry the egg, I will get the sauce. And Michael's like, okay. He seems a little stressed as he looks back at you, Ferverand, still scared, and starts making your breakfast. He's like breaking an egg and then accidentally gets some bits into, as he breaks it. He's like, oh no! And he tries to pick it up with his hands, and then Chef goes like, what are you doing? No, make another one. God, always with you. And Michael's like, sorry, Chef.
Kids. Well, were you planning on having a get-together tonight? Or do you want to have it some other day?
Oh, yes, I mean, not during rush hour, but, sometime in between breakfast and lunch, or between lunch and dinner, or after dinner, we could go. The place works all the time. I was going to drop back after breakfast, so...
Well, I could come with you after breakfast, then I could just linger about. Otherwise, my plans for the day was simply to explore the streets. So, win-win, essentially.
Great. And he seems to be, you start seeing he's a little getting distracted by cooking.
Then I'll let you be, head chef. And I do a courteous bow and go out.
He's like, I did not see it, but I'm sure you bowed, you strange man. But okay. Sildanna, you've had a nice breakfast, nice little bath, you've comfortable. Any plans for today that you really want to do? Oh, you're muted. Boo. If you mute, I think you might have been muted for a while. Yeah.
I muted myself because I sneezed earlier.
Ah.
Yeah. I calmed down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's when was the mass you had to meet
Midday.
up for?
So
Midday.
I'd say you
I still
take
got some time.
You got a leisurely bath, and until they filled it, until they got you your breakfast, I'd say it's about 11. So you might want to, if you don't want to rush there, you might want to just head out slowly, if you want to take your time, or you could stay for another half hour. It's not that far.
No, I think I probably just leisurely just walk down there.
Okay. So you start heading down into the church. Meanwhile, Baax, you wake up in the morning after I don't know, how well did you sleep? How well did you think you slept after that discussion?
I don't know, did I dream?
Tasty blacksmith.
Tasty blacksmith.
Give me a religion check.
Am I having gay thoughts?
Give me a religion check.
Religion check, please.
Just a straight one.
Yep.
I don't know about straight.
If he sleeps in, does his mother beat his ass?
8.
8.
That's probably a no.
You dreamt of fog. Of dark purple fog.
Just fuck.
And you kept
Purple
walking
rain.
in this fog, and there was no end, there was no path, there was nothing. You thought you heard something somewhere, you would chase it up, and there was nothing. It was a very
Silent Hill all over again.
strange dream.
Oh.
You felt like like one of the dreams you usually have, like the person who connects with you tried to connect, but for some reason couldn't. Yeah, it's. Ba-dum-bum-bum. You wake up. Your dad made breakfast. You have breakfast with your mom at a table because she
I devour the
insists.
food and I
She-
get out of that house as fast
She
as I can.
insists you all eat together at a table because you all do different jobs and you don't get to see each other, and she insists you have breakfast together at least.
I eat it quicker than usual.
Yeah, she peers at you over her newspaper, shakes her head, goes back to it as your dad serves everyone coffee, with smiles and, flips his scarf over and says, "Well, if you need me today, I'm gonna be at my shop. I have an inspiration to rearrange it." And your mother sighs again and goes, "Just sell things from there, please." He goes like, "I will. This new arrangement will definitely bring in customers." She looks at you, Baax, and you both know probably won't. Place is dump. But she doesn't say.
I believe in him.
She looks at you and goes, "Don't kiss ass. It's not a good look." Puts down her newspaper and says, "Don't you have to be at uni right now?"
What do you think I ate? Oh, never mind. And I walk away.
She does the eyebrow raise as you're about to talk back to her, and then
Don't
you.
fucking sass me, kid. I got a back of my hand. It's got your name on it for a reason.
So you actually your lesson is at like 11, so you have plenty of time. You got out of that house fast. You
Go
can
to school.
you can head straight to the district, or you can do something else. Up to you. Like, you have time before your lecture starts.
In today's class, how to fuck over the economy with magic.
Well, I would probably just go to school and go to the library section. Probably just read.
Okay, so we're about to go into a 5-minute break.
Nerd stuff.
But I'm just going to say where we'll all end up before the break so that we know when we come back. So Baax has gone to his school district before his classes start to just mill around and be there when they start. Sildanna has made a lovely stroll up into the church to go into her midday mass. And Ferverand is having breakfast delivered to him by shaking Michael, still traumatized from your comment. If you remember what it was from the last time, what is it? Liars get flogged.
Yep.
He's still traumatized from that. He gives you a good breakfast, and then you have promised to hang out with the head chef. And we're gonna go on break, and luckily music ended. So
Yay,
5 minutes. Go refresh your drink.
Oh, I'm
Stretch your
gonna get
legs.
tactical reload. God damn.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Hold on.
down with that.
Tactical reload, boys!
And we're back! Hello, everybody!
Hello,
I
people.
forgot I tied my hair up.
Hello, everybody.
We're back from break! And,
We took fat shits together, holding hands.
Yeah, we took
Indeed.
it
Called the number
good.
3.
considering we're in
Basically made a
completely...
crop circle.
Considering we're in completely different countries, that's exactly what we did.
We
Yes.
we are the creation aliens are afraid of.
Okay. On
This is the future
that
that
note,
the liberals speak of.
before we went on
Sorry,
break,
go on.
we have the 3 characters decided to go into 3 different paths, because of course, yay.
Fuck you.
Freedom of choice.
This
That's
is
what
your
happens.
fault.
So to determine who we go to first, I need you all to roll initiative and see who rolls the highest. And we're gonna start with you.
Oh.
Can we just do it at the same time? I mean, really?
Can you unpause?
Ooh, yes. Oh, how do you do that?
You can
There we
you
go.
can just roll training regardless, right?
Or you could just roll a d20 and then add whatever you have for your initiative. You don't have to really roll it.
14.
Okay. Baax?
Yeah, hold up. I had to reload everything for a second.
Sildanna.
Wow.
Active combat encounter.
Yeah, throw it on Sildanna instead.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna roll the.
Roll whichever way you want to roll. Just tell me your initiative.
Plus.
Oh.
You're muted again.
What?
Oh no, you're
No,
back.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not.
You're good, you're good. Because your mouth was moving and you were not saying
Because
anything.
I was talking very quietly. Sorry.
I see. Your mic wasn't picking it up. Cool. Okay, so we have, I believe Sildanna, it's 16 plus your dex. What's your dex?
It was me who's won 16. He got 10.
Okay.
No, I added my modifier. I got a 10.
Okay,
total.
so we're gonna start with Baax, and the 2 of you are gonna... I will switch back to you when it's time.
God.
So, Baax, you have headed into the district of Saints Row. Not the game. Do not copyright me on this one. It is called that because in the Empire, while magic is quite common, it has greatly advanced the economy, the culture, the
There's no
technology,
gangsters?
as well as the war. And thus they are, considered as good and as, not as powerful, but as influential as the clergy. So it is called the Saints Row. In any case, you start heading that way, and you've been here many times. I have never played it. I just know it's a game. I know. Call me a heathen.
It's a video game.
Indeed. Ooh, I am looking for another soundtrack again. This is always the problem. I really should have a better method of dealing with this. As you're heading into the district, you see there's a nice blend of in Saints Row. You both have magic academies. You have the Great Library. You have all sorts of higher education. So this is not a place you'd find schools or kindergartens. That's mostly in the 6 boroughs. This is a place for higher education and sometimes a lot of like lawyers' offices and etc. It is a very sort of scholarly area. There are some residential buildings for staff who are here on temporary sabbaticals and such. They don't get assigned a house in 6 bars because that's for the locals. So they just stay at temporary, very, very cheap, affordable lodging for academics in the area. A few images. I'll flip through them so you get to see some of these. So you have to pass through a bunch of lodgings until you reach the northernmost part, and that's basically what they look like. You can see the academies and the big towers. Sorry?
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, but it is quiet, relatively. It is early morning, and you see there's a lot of commuters sort of heading out with either their lunch bags and hurrying over to their place of work or study. As you start, you know exactly where to go, so you don't dawdle or... Unless you're heading straight, I assume, to the department you're in, unless you want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm going to my wizard library.
So as you're going to the Magic Academy, you're going to the library or the Magic Academy, because they're different things.
Well, I'll go to the library first, I suppose.
Okay.
Isn't there like a place in the Magical Academy where there's books?
Yes, of course, there is a place where there's magical books mostly, but there's the Great Library, which is the library. Unifying library of Laudenborough, where most every volume of books and maps and charts
I just go to like
kept.
the Magical Academy's small library, whatever.
Okay, so as you're nearing the Magical Academy, you start walking through a bunch of students rushing over with some books, somebody practicing a spell, somebody's trying to summon a familiar in a corner, somebody's trying to get a little hover of light to go through, and when it happens all of his friends clap, you know. The usual. You ignore them.
What's this book of darkness over there? Huh? Kind of peculiar.
What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, you head over straight to the Magic Academy, as you can see imaged here. There's a lot of towers in this district. While this district is not on top of a hill, they want to be on top of a hill. So they built towers.
They do want to be on top.
Mages love towers, as you know. They have a bit of an obsession with them. And as there's a lot of talking going on, lots of magical sounds and echoes and wisps and stuff happening. You head your way and you walk into the Grand Hall. Head straight for the library. Some of your course mates wave at you.
I'll just be as polite and proud as I can be. Just walk through the streets.
Yeah, they nod at you and head to their place. You go to the library. It is quiet because it's very early. You'd find like one older student who's asleep in front of a book who probably pulled an all-nighter. You find the custodian walking around, fixing books with spells, like levitating them up into their locations.
I would just, let me see. I'll grab a book about general illusion or something and just chill with it.
Okay.
Got something to hide.
Considering it is quite easy for you, you've been to this library before and you know where the section is. I'm not going to make you roll to investigate. You grab a book of illusion and was it enchantment, which is the school of magic, or was it enchantment? Right. You go and you get the enchantment school of magic, and you look through the pages to look for. What are you looking for? Just reading? Just browsing, or?
Yeah, I'm just wasting time. I'm literally just grabbing a book that would be semi-interesting, kind of like an illusion, evocation, whatever, standard magical reading, and just chilling with the book. I generally like.
Fucking nerd.
Cool.
At this point, it's like, as my own mother said, fitting in this little start here. Be a standard student. You look at books. Cool.
Look, Mats, if you want to fit in, you pull out the architecture magazine, and then you unstick the tower pages.
No.
Anyway,
Shut the fuck up.
you blend in. Give me a performance check just for the sake of it.
God, this DM is just wanting to destroy me today.
Nah,
It's Bully Mad's
one.
day,
Deserved.
meaning it's every day.
19.
I love it
19.
when we give you all this attention.
You
No,
That is directly
why?
on you right now.
you're
Yeah, I don't know
perfectly
why.
fine.
It's my session today, apparently.
Yeah,
Sorry
you're
about
last time it was Ferverand and the one before was Sildanna's. I am a fair DM. If you find
It's
me.
time for the title of the show. Baax gets a turn. I set the title. Everybody claps.
Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox.
Anyway, you blend in pretty easily. You know what you're doing, and you spend time before your lesson at
that.
11.
Only I did that.
You head to your what lessons would Baax take? I want to say Mads because Baax and Mads. What lessons would you prefer?
Evocation, conjuration, enchantment, illusion.
Yeah. So you have a conjuration lesson where, if I believe correctly, Conjuration School of Magic is barriers,
Summoning
right?
shit. Conjuration is summoning shit.
Yeah. So as you're so you're basically, it's healing, creation, calling, summoning, teleportation. Some of it you get a lesson on teleportation, on the fact that while this is a lost art for 1,000 years, there are still leftover teleportation circles drawn by ancient mages that connected the continent from one point to another, and that they are now impossible to use, even if theoretically we know how the spell works. And that you know, you get a discussion on the theory behind teleportation and on the methods of said magic about 1,000 years ago. Oh, hello, City. Cool. You spend a good hour in this lecture. It's very informative. It's mostly history of magic, but you still you learn about these spells and still some people ask
I'll
why.
be like 70% in through it with my head, and the rest would just be thinking about like the overall situation, what happens in the London Borough right now.
You're free to do so. After the lesson ends, you are free to go wherever you like. You have a bit of a break before your other lesson at 1, and then you're free for today.
Okay, before the next lesson, can I just listen in and hear if there's anyone that gives any form of rumor in regards to the scribe?
Sure thing. Give me... Ooh, what would this be?
I heard you got a boyfriend and left.
Give me a perception check.
It's like I'm not gonna directly go into anything. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you're trying to listen in, so give me a perception check.
Being a little red, aren't you? Huh?
Shut the fuck up.
You gonna snitch on them too?
16.
Okay, that's good.
Snitching.
As you're
This is the snitching session.
Oh god.
as you're walking around and, you know, just chilling, waiting, there's a lot of small lunch carts around that students go get hot dogs or a quick fast lunch before their lectures, and you're standing in a queue or like passing by queue to a hot dog stand, and you overhear a bunch of girls talking.
I heard his penis is so small.
So the
Yeah, I heard it's L-shaped.
so the area
Oh my god, L-shaped?
the area the square is, while the universities or like the departments are quite far apart, some students have a longer lunch and they tend to prefer a lunch place. This is a pretty popular hot dog stand, so you know students not only from the Magical Academy come over to during lunch to get their food. And as you sorry, I keep I keep getting the wrong button here. Yeah. As you go towards the stand, you see this really pretty human girl with these curly auburn, not auburn, but like dark, I'd say reddish brown hair, more brown than reddish. And she's, flicking them and looking at her friend, who is this water genasi. And she's talking to her and saying, so yeah, we've scheduled it. And she goes, oh my god, I'm so happy for you. Are your parents stoked? She goes, yes, my parents are so stoked. I mean, after that whole fiasco, whatever. And the water genasi goes like, oh, come on, Becca, you can't. She goes like, what do you mean I can't? I can talk about whatever. Don't worry. You look so stressed. And she goes, well, you know we're not supposed to talk about it. She says, we're not even supposed to pretend it's an issue, okay? Line's moving. Come on. And as they're chatting, you're just standing there listening. And the conversation is about how she managed to...
Deadpan stare the entire time.
How she managed to snag her boyfriend. And they've set a date for a wedding. And they're now preparing, and it's gonna be after the festival.
Oh my god, the drama!
Her friend is like, and it was touch and go for a while because she thought he was cheating, and there was this whole big thing.
Can we let Danny and Gabe just make that fucking whole thing up? Just them talking about the cheat. Just
Do
from
you
before.
want
Yeah, go for it. Go for it, guys.
You want us to make up gossip?
Yeah,
make up gossip.
guys.
Okay. You're gonna be the Ferverand. You're Becca, the one who's getting married, and Ferverand and Sildanna.
I'm getting married.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sildanna.
Ferverand.
You're the nervous friend.
Okay.
Okay.
Shoot.
So for clarification, the boyfriend I'm getting married to was the Rapture Target's spouse before?
No. The boyfriend you're getting married to, there was a bit of a touch and go. You thought he was cheating with some girl, and then you thought you caught him, and you had a big fight, and it was a big campus fight in the middle of the square, and then you made up and you fixed the misunderstanding, and all's good now, and you got a date scheduled, and everything's great.
Okay. So can you even believe what he fucking did? I came home and he's scuffling about and hiding a bunch of shit in the closet. I totally caught him cheating. Yeah, in the closet. I was so sure I caught him cheating. I was so mad. I started screaming. It was insane.
How was he cheating? What happened?
Well, that's the thing. I thought it was cheating because he wasn't even wearing any clothes. But turns out, the scratches I kept finding on him, they were actually from my cat. And the reason he was shoving things in the closet is because he found this alley cat, and he keeps making tiny clothes for him. And I thought, oh my god, that's so adorable. He's such an idiot.
But but you said he was cheating, though. What?
I thought it was cheating with another person, but it just turns out he likes making tiny clothes for cats. He was making a top hat and he had tiny little holes for his ears.
Oh my god.
Orbs.
That was so Did you take any pics, whatever those are, in our period of time?
I did many paintings. It's insane.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there, which is great. End scene. Clap. Fantastic. You were amazing. Which fits because
just 3 hours of that nonsense.
Because these two girls are, you would know this.
We're the
Baax.
best girls around.
Yeah, you would know this, Baax. They are scribes. And so they have a lot of artistic calligraphy, and a lot of them do painting as well. It's more of an arts college. And Becca would have made a lot of cute paintings of said cats. And as these girls get closer and closer to the end of the line to get the hot dogs, Becca sort of flips her hair once again and says, anyway, I totally invited almost everyone, and I tried to book the do you know that Eris's place, the Deep Pillow? And the gymnastic girl's like, oh yeah, no, they have such...
Oh my god, that bitch.
She's a little bit stuck up, but she has such great salads. Oh my god. And she goes, oh my god, you're so basic. What do you mean salad? We're having a feast. And then she turns around.
Basic bitches back in the Middle Ages.
And
Need some fucking turkey involved at least.
And she turns around.
A basic bitch.
And she turns around and said, I invited absolutely everyone. As she says, as she's looking around all the people and who nod at her, it says, except for that dumbass Becca. Oh my god, I can't believe she has the same name as me. Honestly, it's embarrassing. And then she points and is like, look at her. She's hobbling over there. She's an embarrassment to our college. I mean, people like her should just be kicked out. And you see Baax when she's pointing
She's
is
confident
this...
because she's got fat tits.
What you see is a girl in glasses carrying,
Ass
like...
is bigger than her tits.
Carrying stacks of books and scrolls. And she is trying to fix her glasses with a hand as she's holding it or trying to, like, lift her head up. She's got these blonde braids. And... this rings a bell. Because...
Pling.
You remember... I mean, in real life, Baax has a really good memory. Mads might not. But you remember talking to Akchar about that there was one person who visited him and asked after Delia, while everybody else didn't. And it was a girl from her college called Becky. And your brain does a little ding. This might be that Becky. And the pretty girl stands there and says, okay, a hot dog with no sauce, no onions, no bread. And the guy's like, so just a sausage. She goes, ew, no, I said a hot dog. And her friend says, did you not hear her? Oh my god, are you deaf? Can't believe this is the best place on campus.
Do they have vegan options?
Oh god, please do not. And Becky's just kind of walking around with her hands full. Okay.
She doesn't have a limp, but she's just carrying a lot of things, and she's trying to fix her glasses because she can't see where she's going. But her hands are busy, so she's like doing a weird hand movements, and these girls are looking at her like, is she having a seizure? Oh my god.
Well, let's test that theory, Danny. I go over and try to help her.
Okay.
I go over and ask her, do you need help, perhaps?
Okay. Give me... what would it be? Give me a persuasion check to not startle her, because she can't see you coming.
It also depends how popular you are in school, and I'm guessing not very.
You've been keeping a low profile, so...
Oh my god, who are you to talk to me?
You scaly bitch.
As you come up to...
Please make a racist randomly, just please.
Just
As-
make a racist comment right now.
as
Dragonborn drooling all over me. Oh, get away from me before you breathe acid or whatever you do.
as you come up to Becky, you say, hello, can I help you? And you say it just a little bit too loud, and you come from an angle of the scrolls, and she goes, and there's a slow-mo of all the scrolls going everywhere, and in between the falling scrolls, you see this face looking at you. If I can get the picture in here.
Fucking acne-riddled face.
Oh.
Close.
Oh no.
This is worse.
So
Becky!
she has braces. Of course she does. And
wait, do they have braces in these times?
they do have braces.
They have magic. Why wouldn't they have braces?
They
I
have
don't know.
braces.
I just
Animate metal.
Yeah,
can't you just prestidigitate your teeth together?
that's not how prestidigitate works.
That'll probably be cleaning your teeth more than anything.
Yeah, and not everybody has access to prestidigitate for these mundane things. So she quickly drops down and says, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do this. Oh."
I'll help her.
As you help her out,
I'm so very sorry
yeah.
for startling you.
You hear in the distance, because you've got a keen sense of hearing and you're aware of it. So you hear like, "Oh my god, is he actually helping her? What a loser!" And the voices of giggling and their crowd walks over, and the girl finally fixes her glasses and starts picking up and says, "Thank you so much. Sorry, I didn't see you there."
Oh, no worries. I was just asking if you needed help.
It's okay. Just like pile them up, and I will make my way. I'm on the rounds for for scrolls today.
Okay, you doing all right?
Yeah. And she's kind of wary of you a little bit. Like, why are you talking to me?
I want your blood.
Come for your blood.
No, I don't mean anything bad by it, but just nobody talks to me.
Well, I mean,
Well, I'm talking to you right now.
Well, usually,
well, I just had a mild curiosity what a brilliant mind such as yours would be would be currently.
You better this holy
Give me-
shit.
That's gotta be some smooth shit, I'm saying.
I had
Nobody
planned.
usually talks to me. That's because convenient excuse.
give me
That's all I had.
give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Intimidation?
Intimidation?
Go
Who
ahead.
got pregnant? Oh my god, about
Don't
Becky at
ask.
the moment, apparently.
Oh shit.
Do it.
Oh no, you're one of those frat guys that only want my body.
Oh my god, I genuinely thought that at college. I was such an idiot. Oh my god.
For real?
For real.
Oh my god.
Intimidation. What do I have?
Advantage.
+4. Oh, that works.
Advantage, bitch. Advantage. And I will tell you why.
Because you're very much intimidating her
Okay.
with your overconfidence.
21.
As you're standing there and you're telling her like, well, a brilliant mind such as yours, and immediately when you like drop a compliment on her, she rears back and says, I don't have any money. I mean, if I did, I would have given you, but I don't have any money. I'm sorry. Or I
Oh.
can't do your homework too.
I'm not trying to rob you
Okay. I mean,
Of
you shouldn't.
of money, but I am trying to rob. No, sorry, I'm not saying that.
She looks around and says, why are you talking to me, really? If you don't say it now, I'm just gonna go.
Well, I heard
Your
from
smile is fine, but your ass is mine.
Smiles.
Bring
Why is
that
that ass of yours?
I'm gonna show you why they call me the bad dragon.
Okay, I'm gonna make one sound, and if you know what I mean.
Nice.
From that video. Yeah. The Flash Kids video. You know what I'm
Nice.
talking about.
Well, I heard from an owl somewhere. And she was the one who had information about Delilah, right?
I'm sorry, you heard from an owl?
Yeah, well, this is not Harry Potter. It's just saying I heard a rumor. Fucking give me a break here.
I heard from nature's slowest animal.
Slowest animal. That's bullshit.
Slowest flying animal.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is
Sorry,
it slowest
sorry.
flying?
Yeah. Owls are notoriously slow flyers.
Why the fuck are they used for Harry Potter then?
Can we not
Incredible
discuss Harry
cruelty.
Potter logic right now? We're talking.
Well,
Baax-
technically, I mean,
need-
yeah, they're
you need to
pretty
make an
horrible fires,
Okay,
but
everybody,
I mean,
everybody shut
apparently
up.
they
Shut
have
up. Shut up.
magical shit.
Shut up. Shut up.
Dragon.
Shut up. End of discussion about owls. We'll have this discussion later after the stream. Okay. We'll have a lot.
40 miles?
Oh my.
I'm getting a minus inspiration.
Oh, I'm looking into this so much
I am.
right now.
I am on edge right now. On the edge of glory right now. We are.
That
You
sounds
have.
unbearable.
Okay, Mads. Seriously now. You have one chance to get her back. She's already suspicious of you. You need to say something.
Moan.
Is that your go-to? Just moan?
So what do you really want?
Oh my god, the mic did it. The
Not
mic
even
said
Flip
no.
wants to hear that shit.
Too loud. Alright.
I'm having a cramp. I'm having a cramp. Your mic
Oh,
just said
dying.
no.
Oh, you're dying. Oh no.
My ribs from the laughing. Oh god. Okay. Basically, your microphone was like,
killing her.
I am not broadcasting that shit. Not today. Satan, not today.
She's not on the fucking phone. We're not doing that.
Okay, what do you say? Final answer. No call a friend, no 50-50. What do you say to this girl?
Dum bum 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 bum.
She was the information of Delilah, right? She had information about Delilah, yeah?
She is the only one who came asking about Idilia. You were close. To her father. Idilia. Think of an Iliad. Think Iliad. Iliad. You know the Iliad.
Yeah.
And then add a D in there. Because Iliad, all it needed was a D. I'm trying to make a joke because a lot of Greek poetry is very gay.
Whatever.
And so, ticks. Right. Nobody got the joke.
Just leave the extremely weird sex jokes to me and Danny. We're pretty gay either way.
I essentially just. Well, I heard a rumor somewhere you were asking about Delia.
And as you say
and
her
I
name,
find it quite curious.
As you say her name, Becky kind of goes, "Shh! You can't talk about her in front of these people. Not here. Okay, come with me. Come with me right now." And she
Come with me if you want to live.
shuffles over to like an alleyway, and at this point, she giving you like weird looks of like. She needs to talk to you, but she is very wary of you because of your strange track record.
You unzip your pants.
And on that point, as you guys...
So one way you can keep this secret now.
As you guys hurry off into an alley... Dear Lord, forgive me for saying these things out of context.
Do it.
We will go back to, I believe, it was... that's somebody Baax rolls. We're gonna go back to Ferverand, because I believe you rolled the second highest initiative. Ferverand,
I thought I rolled.
No, wait, what did you
I got
roll?
a 14, baby.
Yeah, you got a 10 in total. So,
Yeah, get fucked. I'm better than you.
Fuck you.
no.
Okay.
Sildanna, you're just having a lovely stroll. You're just like, there's sun shining.
Blah, 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 blah.
You know, like in a musical when somebody's walking and people are doing like impromptu dancing and there's like sun. And you're basically in the middle of a musical show. Yeah, you're having fun. Meanwhile, Ferverand, if I can figure out how to change the music.
You want to change the music?
Yes.
Disconnect the butt. Cue up the next one. Repeat.
Again! Okay.
Yep.
I'm fine. This will work. This is fine. This
I told you when you started, this is what you're gonna have to do every time.
This is fine, and I keep forgetting because I get too engrossed in the storyline. I kept getting pulled out of it with dick jokes, which is fine.
Heck yeah, brothers!
I knew what
I thought about that when you let us join.
I literally knew
mean-
what I got into, which is okay.
To kind of like play a philosopher role in this, you say dick jokes, but is a tactical reload a dick joke?
I mean,
Okay,
it's
as
involving two dicks docking with each other.
But that's not.
It's gonna be like Transformer shit.
enough about the docking, please stop. Anyway.
Fucking gunman shit.
You have a lovely breakfast, even though Michael was terrified cooking it for you. The boy has talent. He'll probably go far, especially with a good teacher. You wait for the breakfast rush to subside. By the time it's 11:30, things quiet down a lot. Atan comes out, looks at you, waves, takes his, shoves his apron back into the kitchen for somebody to pick up, comes along with you and says,
Delicious.
he goes, "All right then, come on. I need to bring some," and he has a crate full of, like, fruits on his shoulder, like, "I need to bring some goods to the big head in anyway, so follow me." You go through the
Lead the
streets of the city. I'm not gonna cue the city track because then I'll have to uncue it again, so we're just gonna skip that. You go through the city that you've seen these streets a little bit, and you head in a slightly different direction from the main street again. And he leads you to an actually beautiful outdoor, like, outside looks very neat, very well put together, and this does not seem like a place for arm wrestling. Something like this. It's got greenery, it's scrubbed clean, the doors and windows are all new, it's a pleasant looking house. The only difference is on the outside, there's a lot of, like, tables and just weird different sized rocks with handles. So, which you assume to be lifting equipment. There's nobody there yet. And as you guys head in, you hear some people talking indoors, and I will hopefully cue, and this will work. Yes. As you guys go in, there's a nice fire going. There's a bar where behind there's about a bunch of bottles of different colors, and there is a strange contraption standing on the bar and a bunch of glasses in front. As Atan sort of puts the crate of fruit on the table, he taps the bar twice and says, "Hey, are you there? Come on, I brought you the fruit for juice cleanse shit you make. Come on, get out here." Turns to you and says, "Yeah, it's the owner. Give him a second. He's probably meditating in the back or something. I don't know." As you take a look around. Oh, sorry.
Do you think he uses meditation as a synonym for taking a shit?
Don't know. He's always doing something in the back end. And then you hear like the little like crashes, and then a man comes out. He is.
I discovered his plot.
I will literally. I'm not gonna describe anything. I'm just gonna show you a picture, because picture speaks 1,000 words. I don't think there's a need to tell you anything about this.
My one word in response to the picture is
This man comes out.
Oh, the hell is his
Shirtless.
Oh, he's shirtless.
Shirtless. He comes
Okay.
out shirtless, wiping his hands with like they're a little bit, they're covered in white powder, something like talc. I don't know if you call them. It's like so your hands don't slip. And as he claps them, there's a little like puff of dust or powder, and he looks at you guys and says, "Oh, dudes, hi.
Bruh.
I totally didn't expect you here today, Todd. I was like meditating. Do you want to join?" He goes, No, I do not want to join. I brought you. He turns around and says, "I brought you friend here for arm wrestling. Is anybody here yet?" And he goes, "Oh no, dude, it's fine. I was just about to make the class. They'll be here in like, what time is it?" He goes, "It's 11:30. He goes, "Oh shit, I should have been here, man. Anyway, hi. I'm Oliver Caskbow. I'm the proprietor. do you want a pear cleanse or a pear juice? I make sick pear juice." And he
I got
like,
some of this really good like avocado toast. You'll never.
Yeah, man. I mean, not in front of Aton. He gets a little testy, but I make a really good vegan salad, man. I mean, the dressing is mwah. I mean, he'll bitch about it, but it's good, man.
When you make your cleanses, I'm curious. Do you always carry a knife underneath the table, or do you just use your rock hard nipples as you're not wearing a shirt?
I like him. Nah, man, this is actually exercise in Zen. And then he picks up a pear and does like a, and it like crushes into the contraption. He goes like, "See, man, upper body strength." Yeah.
You do realize your hands were covered in dust. You've contaminated the juice.
Oh no! This is sugar. I was ready for this. I knew he was coming. I think this is sugar. I hope it's sugar.
Let me.
And at this point, Atan goes like,
real quick.
"Oh,
How
for
are you
fuck's
running a
sake."
business?
Atan
How
turns to you
is
and
he
like,
running a business?
"I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Fuck it." And Atan goes back into the kitchen and goes like, "What the fuck?" And Oliver goes like, "Hey man, I was just making breakfast." And Atan's just like, you can hear just a like weird orcish grumbling, and you understand orcish, and it's like, this motherfucker doesn't clean up after himself. You cannot leave plates like this. And there's just a lot of grumbling in orcish, and Oliver turns to you and says, "Man, he needs to relax. He's always so tense. Like, I told him I can do a great massage, but he's like, no, do not get close to me. I will punch you." Man, I think
Pick
it's
him up on his massage
Have
offer.
it's a chef
Have you
thing,
considered
I think.
that he might be less tense if you did as he asked?
Oh man, but he's. Listen.
Think about it this way. You're invading his personal space and like ruining his mojo. So like you're actually bringing him down instead of up. You know?
Yeah, but this is my place. I don't come to the tavern and tell him, hey, your kitchen has way too much meat and blood and dead animals in here, okay? I let him do whatever he does in his abode. This is my abode. And I do this place of zen and physical arm wrestling as well as physical perfection, okay?
But
This
like
is-
you pay him to make food for you, like so if you paid a scribe to make a book for you and you throw away all his ink, how's he gonna write?
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm speaking fucking stoner to him.
Mm-hmm.
Persuasion.
You seem pretty good at it, I gotta say.
14.
14. He looks at you and says, man, I can see your truth, and I will consider that. Next time, I promise. I mean, today, we're already kind of late, but starting tomorrow, new day, new me, I will try. I will listen
I
to
get
what
you,
he
man.
wants, man.
It's just a matter. We all only want to bring people up. Remember, we don't want to drag them down.
Anyway, sorry, we haven't been
I
introduced. What's your name, bro?
I'm Ferverand Dickens. I'm new in town. I'm
Sick.
kind of just walking around, exploring the area, getting the vibe of the place, you know. And then I visibly shudder from doing this for too long.
Yeah, the vibe in the city is great. Okay, the city is amazing for all kinds of people, right? It's a crossroads, man. But yeah, no, the name is sick, dude. I mean, it would look great on the scoreboard. And as he points to the board, you can see people's names, and there's like numbers next to them, and you probably reckon that this is the ongoing arm wrestling tally of some sort. He goes, we don't only do arm wrestling. Like right now, we're preparing for the festival because there's gonna be for the Bout of Champions in a few months because there's gonna be like literally a physical competition and we're gonna win. Okay, so we're really training up for that. But you're welcome to like just join and have fun and meet some of the guys.
I
I'm
don't
not-
mind
yeah.
helping out with a competition, but you just gotta keep in mind that I'm not the strong type. I'm more of the flexible kind, you
Well,
know?
dude, it
I
doesn't
can do a lot
matter.
of yoga.
It doesn't matter. It's all about the inner strength. Like, your body's your temple, man. And he looks you over and he's like, and I can see you do a lot of physical exercise, even though you're not very much into the bulk kind. You're just really fit, man. I can tell.
body of a gymnast.
In a way, man, like, I can see you take care of your body. So it doesn't matter how physically strong you are. It is about the... It's in here, man. At this point, Atan comes up. You're still talking? God. And he starts helping him making the smoothies. And the way Atan makes them is like he cuts the fruit, like juices it properly, gets the curbs off, like slaps Oliver's hands and like, stop it. And Oliver's like, man, you're so aggressive today.
Is
Okay,
Atan like
okay.
freaked out how I just basically completely mimicked his way of talking and I'm now speaking stoner to stoner?
Atan wasn't paying attention to you. He was cleaning up the kitchen. He was busy raving about the
Don't
damn
give a
kitchen.
fuck.
And then he looks at you and says, don't worry, that was sugar. It's not always sugar. This time it was. And
Oh,
he's
that's
yeah, and Oliver looks like, man, what would I do without a Tan here? And he like pats him on the back and says, this dude is literally a lifesaver. I owe you like everything. And Tan's like, just stop, okay? Go sit, wait for friends. And you guys sit there for a little bit until a bunch of people start coming in. They all have the same physique. A lot of them
Some pretty buff dudes.
strong
pretty
upper.
buff boys.
A lot of them do a lot of. They skip leg day. So
And they buff women in there.
yeah, there's buff women. There's some buff people. Daddy is like, I wish I came with. There are some individuals who appear. I mean, from the get-go, you can't really tell man, woman. You don't know. All kinds come in, but they all have the same sort of neck, shoulders, arms for days, and abs. Some people come in like shirts, some people are fully dressed, some people are topless. It's up to them.
There's like one person that like looks completely like just bones, except for their one arm is just fucking jacked.
No, but that would be great. It's just physically.
I wonder what you do for a living. Exercise.
Eyes.
I exercise a
and
lot.
I'd say they start chatting to each other, and then they whip up this large table and they start doing arm wrestling exercises. Some people in the corner are doing like they move the tables to the side, which a little bit further, and they're demonstrating some of the wrestling holds that, you know, they're teaching each other. It's basically a little bit of chaos, but they're all waiting for the juices to line up on the bench on the bar to start drinking.
All the juices.
Do you
Juice up.
join in to this revelry?
No, I sit at. I'm guessing there's a bar stool.
Yep.
I sit on one of those, leaning back on the counter, kind of just observing the situation, taking it in, and being like, "What the actual fuck?"
Cool. You're observing them, and some of the individuals, like, they're doing this, they're taking this arm wrestling seriously, like, they're discussing angles and the correct power, and then when somebody's, like, really failing, it's like, come on, man, you want to win it this year, and he's like, "Ugh." You know,
You
Oliver...
gotta go at it from a 45-degree angle, every time!
It is very intense, but also very friendly. There's no, like, aggression, but it's like, come on, man, we can all do this. It's very, very...
Gym vibes.
You can smell the testosterone from everybody around here. But it's like the good testosterone, the adrenaline mixed testosterone. Everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Danny. Those muscle mommies will probably food us.
You think that's gonna deter me?
No.
No, I'm encouraging you.
Anyway, if you're not joining, you sit there and observe this for a while we quickly switch to Sildanna.
Okay.
But you, from listening to the conversation, because you're good at this, I'll
Making
give
my
you...
way downtown.
Yeah, I'll give you...
Street.
Yeah, basically. I'll give you a few hinters what you get. So you get the fact that they are all preparing for the Tournament of Chivalry, which is going to happen in a few months. So it's not this month, it's next month. And it's basically a tournament of that the Holy Order does to... There's a lot of, like, different sections, and the winner gets a monetary prize and the title of a champion for a whole year. And I think people who do want... If you're a part of the Holy Order, if you're one of the final few standing, it's a 3-day tournament. There's a few rules. You don't hear all the rules, you just hear bits and bobs. But basically, the final 3 standing, if they're part of the Holy Order, they get a promotion. If they're not a part of the Holy Order, they just get an extra monetary reward. And sometimes there are items, fancy items, as a gift to the champion that they get to keep, even if they give up...
If someone isn't a part of the order and they win, can their prize be joining the order?
Yes,
at a
definitely.
specific rank?
Yeah, you cannot join above a certain rank if you're just new. But basically, if you're already part of the order, you get a promotion because you've proven your feat of strength from everybody in the city, and that's a big feat. There's not just the one tourney or whatever. There's many different options, and what they're training for actually is the fighting pit, I believe. Yes. They're training for the fighting pit and the Great Arm Wrestle Championship, which is hosted here. The fighting pit is mostly, like, you hear, at least the people who are wrestling are talking about it. It's no weapons, no magic, just body. And it's a one-on-one combat inside a pit. And the last conscious person out of a pit wins. While it's different from the Grand Tourney, which is the one where teams of 5 go up against teams of 3 and 4, whatever. You can't tell, like, the number of people, but it's teams go versus teams, and anything goes, like magic, as long as it's not lethal. At the moment you do anything that resembles any lethal magic, you're disqualified. So magic weapons are allowed, but they have to be, like, you know, padded and that kind of stuff. And then, you know, they're just discussing
it's
a few
good thing
things.
my fists are lethal weapons.
So you gather a lot of information about the tradition of Lodenborough and how this Tournament of Chivalry and, like, how the Holy Order it gets involved in things, but it also runs its own festival, and this is how they recruit a lot of people in. And there is monetary and like somebody got a fancy weapon out of it that wasn't like regular steel. It was special super uber steel from the capital. Like, they were gifted this, and even if they gave away the champion title, they still get to keep the item. And they were just raving about that. It's a great opportunity to Earn money.
What is like the most famously sore loser? Like somebody who absolutely threw a lot of shit for losing.
So there's this competition called was it the last line, which is, it's not just physical strength. The last line is more of like chess, but it is strategy. So it's a strategy game, and you're supposed to gather troops and move them around and defeat your opponents. And there was one really fancy son of a regional lord who showed up to Laudenborough for this festival simply to showcase his skills. And he basically tried cheating at it with, like, they had the figurines, and they're usually casted with magic, and so they can move on their own, and he had them like rigged. And when he got found out, he like blamed the person who sold him the figurines, and it was a whole legal business, and everybody knew when the rumors came from his town that he's a notorious liar and he just wanted the credit, he basically just stuck his nose up in the air and left the town with people throwing like tomatoes after him. Yeah, basically. You don't get his name, you just hear like he is you hear about him. But yeah, I'd say
who sold him the pieces?
there was one craftsman who really thought he could he almost got into trouble because he's like a son of a local earl. But then obviously the order stepped in and was like, bro, that's not how we do things here. This is Laudenborough.
Is he local?
No, he's not local. He
Sad.
The craftsman who sold him these things was in town to, sell the things, but he's a traveling salesman. Who sells his wares around the empire. Right, we'll quickly switch to Sildanna, because I was going to do it, but I wanted to give you some information gathering if you're just sitting there listening. Yeah. These guys are chatty, so...
Thank you.
Sildanna, you head up to the church. You make your way uptown. You pass by some of the places you've seen, the statues of the lady, the beautiful, quiet area. You're walking. You're walking. It's relaxing. There's people around. It's a very quiet area, as you have heard. There's not much noise in here. It's pretty beautiful.
I'm Christopher walking, making my way.
Indeed.
Downtown?
Walking fast. Places fast and I'm homebound. Sorry.
And I want you.
I can't believe I haven't. Okay, I have to look this up. Okay.
Need you.
The step bot. I'm gonna get better at this one day. One day.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Nah.
loud.
I think it's just always gonna be rough.
Anyway, you're walking, and the ambience of the holy area seeps into you. You make your way to the cathedral.
Mimino padre.
I assume you drop by the pillar to pick up the candles again, because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You start walking over to the temple, and you enter it. It's the same as it was yesterday, except during the day. It's even more magnificent during the day because it's now reflecting the sunlight.
I'm just gonna. I guess I'm just gonna kind of like work on the candles until like the mass starts.
You go back into the candle room, and they're happy to see you. You help out. You know what you're doing now. I'm not gonna make you roll for anything until the mass happens. And when that happens, you can hear the little bell, a small sort of handheld bell, start tolling in the middle of the cathedral, and pilgrims are all starting to congregate towards Breben, the gnome you've met last time, as she is standing on a little chair, and she's the same height as a lot of people, and she's ringing the bell, and she says, come hither, we shall have the mass today for the pilgrims. And she sees you, Sildanna, and she waves. Hello
I
there.
just do a little wave back. It's a little awkward because I'm like,
Okay, don't be shy, come along. I shall take you into the song room. Follow me. And she hops off the chair, and a bunch of pilgrims. You're not the only one, it's a crowd of people. You're all heading towards the side room of this giant cathedral. And there are pews, places to sit, places to stand. There are some books of the songs of the lady that you've seen in a lot of other churches you've been to on the way. You know these songs, you've done them through your path already. And Breben walks away from you up onto a little pedestal and clears her throat and then begins to sing. And her voice is very, very high-pitched. She's not, like, trying to do the chanting as you hear in the back here. It's very upbeat. The only thing that's very similar is, due to copyright, I could not actually put songs here, but it would be, like, traditional Russian... It isn't like church choir, right? It's more of traditional Slavic songs. So it's... The timbre of the voice is very folk-like. Okay?
Okay.
And they're all being sung in a language that some of you know what it means. Some some words because they're familiar, but it is Ravinian. It is the language that the divine Miroslava speaks, and it is the songs that she brought you are in this language. And there's a lot of like translation studies going off of what the words mean and what the songs mean. And as you're all singing, different voices join in, and it becomes a chorus of just sound. There is no accompanying music. There's no violins or anything. It's just voices. But because people are singing at different timbres, it sort of merges into one big song. And I need you to give me a religion check.
Okie dokie. A religion check already.
Mm-hmm.
How about you check these nuts?
Yeah. I roll on a 10? It's almost in between. What the hell?
I don't know
it's
what you
11.
rolled. It's an 11. You, as you sing, you've practiced the song many times. You can feel this warmth and this energy like enter you. And you've had this feeling before. This is the feeling of the divine light. And as it subsides through you, you can feel like some of the joints that are starting to hurt with your age. The ache is gone. You're you slept funny on your shoulder. It was a good bed, but like, at that age, you just put your hand a little bit off and that happens. It's all
Magic
gone.
painkillers.
You've been in melancholy for years, and this is the one place where you sometimes feel it's okay. And you get to forget and enjoy just being. And you have that nice, peaceful feeling. Not joyous, in a way, just,
Did you kick it?
oh, for fuck's
I
sake. No,
fucking love that bot. I swear to God, it's so
I think
funny.
the bot just died. I heard it just kind of crackling at the end there.
Okay. I swear, I'm gonna
It's
make a
like, "Fuck
series
no.
of me fighting with this goddamn bot. This piece of shit. Anyway,
It was good ambiance. Good ambiance.
okay,
You
so
praise to God too hard.
All my aches and pains are going away.
and your
Feeling
mood,
sort of melancholy.
your mood increases. And do you remember what? Are you on a D6 or a D4 for the thing? Do you remember?
I think I would put me on a D4.
Yeah, I'd say give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie. Let's see what happens.
Vietnam flashbacks. Oh God, no! The landmines.
That's an 11.
11. Yeah, it isn't high enough, but you feel like you have to come here tomorrow as well to do the mass, and you're like, if I just a little bit more, and you feel a bit better about yourself. You feel like, hey, it's okay. Like you're a person and you exist in the now, and it's all good. The song ends after a good 20 minutes. There were a few breaks in between the songs to drink some water and such. Everybody, the children's faces are flushed with energy. The elderly start walking in a more more chipper and upper. Everybody
They don't really need their canes as much, I'm guessing.
Yeah, everybody just seems healthier and more lively and more happy and excited about the day, including Brevin.
Mommy, the puppy's not sleeping no more.
Nobody's been brought to life. Calm down. Breben is also very chipper as well. Her cheeks are rosy, and she looks at you, Sildanna, and she looks at everybody else. It's like, all right, everybody. So the mass is over now, and for those of you who would like to help around the church, please feel free to start any of the tasks. If any of you need any help, I'm here, and I can direct you to where you need to go. Thank you. May the blessings of the lady be with you. And people, like, yes, may the blessings be with you.
Yeah. I heard that one a bunch. I just go back to the about. I think I would try to contemplate sort of what I'm feeling right now a little bit.
Yeah, you're free to stay with the pews. I mean, the statues of the lady are beautiful. I'll actually give you a sneak peek. This is more of the Holy Order insignia that you see here, but a similar sort of statue thing is present in a lot of the decorations of the church. Something like this. So it's gold and marble, a crowned figure of a beautiful woman, young woman, and most of the buildings are gold and white, and it is peaceful yet majestic. What are you contemplating?
What am I contemplating? I'm still just thinking about my son, I guess.
Is there a particular scene or a particular feeling, or
probably the last time I saw him before I went on this journey?
Yeah. Last time you saw him was actually before 20 years ago, before you went. And since then, you've only heard of him, had a few letters of correspondence once in a while, so once every few months. He's never visited back. Since he's moved to Lesnagor, he has not been back. And as you start contemplating that last moment, the high you were on, a little bit of the church high, is starting to dissipate because you remember the argument.
Mm-hmm.
And how, well, you had 20 years to mull over it, and how pointless it was, really, now that you think about it, and how you could have done things differently, maybe. Maybe he would have reacted differently. You don't know. How is Sildanna feeling at this moment?
She was feeling pretty up before, and then suddenly she's kind of getting a little bit down. Don't worry about it.
Screw it. Just let's go.
Screw it. Let's keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. What you were saying?
She's feeling a little bit down.
Gabe, just do it instead.
Always gotta break us out of that serious RP moment. But she would kind of just be thinking, she probably wants to try and get out of this, because she's starting to go back
into the funk.
Back to the funk.
As you're
and so
sitting,
she's you know what? I'm gonna just go and work again.
As
on the candles.
The moment which makes you get up and say that's enough is the last phrase your son tells you before you have to get up, leave the house. It's, if you leave right now, Mom, when you come back, I won't be here. If you come back. And at this point, you're like, nope.
No, that's already spiraling.
Because you're in a church and your already wisdom save wasn't that big and you wasn't that low and you were pretty high, I'm not gonna make you roll, but usually this would be a trigger. And yeah.
Probably just make me roll again with advantage if you wanted to.
Nah, I feel like this is the one place where the whole energy of the place is giving you purpose in a way, giving you calm. So you have thoughts of usually this would start me on a spiral, but because you're here, you're like, it's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Not in these halls as it is. You have this certainty that is not yours, but you have this certainty inside you that not here. This is a place of joy, life, and existence.
And I'm gonna go work on my candles.
Okay. And you do your candles with a fervor and determination.
I'm remaining pretty focused on it.
Okay. I've gone through all three of you. Which one of you wants to do the final? You know, let's go back to Baax, because he's been sitting there quietly for a while, staring at a screen.
In all fairness, those two have been sitting for a while when I was also doing it, so I'm
I don't know.
doing
That's title of the episode. It's Baax's turn.
It's Baax's
not the title of the
Your
episode.
turn on the
It is
Xbox.
now.
Oh, gosh.
On the Xbox.
I'm completely fine with waiting.
Okay.
It's your turn on the Xbox.
Okay, back to back. Fuck.
Back to back, eh?
Back to back.
You pull out your knife.
Okay. As you go into a dark...
Time to shank.
You head over into a side alley with a Becky, trying to avoid other students. It's
Becky.
getting pretty crowded because this is the place with a lot of lunch carts. So, but you can easily get lost in the area, and you know, people don't really follow you. Some people like listen to Becky or see Becky and they try to trip her, but she manages to avoid them, and they're like start sniggering, and they kind of ignore you. They're all... Not everybody's focusing on Becky, but some people, you basically can see she's not very popular. As she takes you to an alley, a quiet alley, she puts down her scrolls, turns to you and says, You want to talk about Adelia? Why?
Yes.
Dilio.
Certain circumstances made it interesting for me to know. But it is with good heart that I ask.
I mean, everybody else is not talking about her because they think she was raptured, but I'm sure she wasn't.
What is your theory?
Give me just another persuasion check. Without disadvantage, just straight roll.
Please just let it be good. Fuck you. 9.
9.
That's why when I'm trying to persuade people, it goes. When I'm trying to do literally everything else.
As you say
It's the
this,
Pac-Man death zone.
she looks at you and says, Well, you know my name. Please tell me yours.
Baax. My name is Baax.
You're, and she looks at your robes like, You're from the Mage Academy, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Why would you be interested in a scribe?
Sex.
Listen.
Because I want a banger. Come on, man. It's a banger job. Sometimes I heard that the normal people couldn't handle it, so they needed a dragon bond to handle it.
You know those like shaky needles they use for measuring earthquakes? Well,
Sorry,
that's what I want to make her hand do when I'm pounding her.
All right. Sorry, what was the question again? It completely threw me off.
As
Because
he
you
does,
wait so fucking long, man.
I'm sorry.
she asked, what would you be interested in a scribe if you're from the Mage Academy? And you would know that usually the scribes, some people with magical ability can become scribes to create magic scrolls and such, but they themselves usually cannot do powerful magic because otherwise they would be in the Mage Academy. So they usually go for scribes when you have very little magical talent, or it's more of an arts college. It's kind of, a lot of times the Magic Academy, many people kind of look down on the scribes. They're more of like the clerks and the big boys in a way.
Why would I want to help a scribe? Well, it's pretty simple, really. She was a positivity in our community, and I wanted to assist in possibly bringing her back. Shut the fuck up, Gabe, right now. But I want to... I essentially wanted to do something. I heard the rumors about it. I wanted to make sure that there would be no animosity between the scribes and us as well. Maybe try to bring some positivity in. And perhaps finding out what happened to her could assist. with that goal, while also being concerned as a different person.
Okay. Give me a persuasion
Good
check
will.
with
Good heart.
advantage. With advantage now. Because you said some very important keywords in there.
I just. Wow,
okay.
that was the most gaslighting speech I've ever. Just say that you know her fucking father. That's it. Just say, I know her dad. Easy win.
No.
Don't have to fucking play this propaganda hero.
What did you get?
15. I do have to play the propaganda hero because I would say if it's direct mission, like we to say I know her father and everything about it. I'm trying to dissuade away from information about her father because he's already revealed himself enough. He's already gotten enough attention. I don't want more shit.
It's his fucking daughter. Like, just say her dad's concerned. Done.
Shut up.
Okay, so you rolled a 15. She looks at you, a bit suspicious, and she says, "Okay. I mean, everybody likes Adelia. I refuse to speak in past tense because she's still alive. I'm sure of it. And she wasn't raptured because only the disruptors of the public order get raptured. Like, I don't know, brawlers, drunks, rapists, violent bastards. She is the best, okay? She's the only one that will talk to me properly. Treat me like a human being. Or half of whatever. Doesn't matter. Fixes her glasses. Looks at you. You're going to help me. Because I'm trying to look for her, but I don't know where to start.
Well, perhaps. I'm not really sure where to look either, I must admit.
Okay.
The only rumor I heard was that you may have had any idea about what maybe happened, and you say that you're disagreeing with that she was ruptured. Do you have any idea what she was up to then?
Okay.
Perhaps something happened?
I still don't know if I should trust you, but I don't have any other choice now, do I? Okay. So, a few days back, festival's coming up, so we were all gonna go wash our tunics in the river. That's what you're supposed to do, right? So, the girls, Becca and her cronies, and of course Adelia, we all went to the river, right? We all decided to go to wash our clothes in the river, and there's the whole area and whatnot. And then I think some of the girls wanted to take a quick swim because the weather was good. I was just watching the clothes near the tent, and I think somebody saw some boys staring at us, and it was just chaos for a while, and we all just ran out of there. And that is literally the last time I saw her. That was a few days ago, okay? She would never just go off somewhere. She would tell me. But I've been back there, and I don't... that's where... I couldn't see anything. I mean, I'm probably not very perceptive, but I didn't even know what to look for. She just disappeared, because everybody I talked to said, oh, she stayed behind, and some people said, no, she came with us. Some people just won't talk to me and say, hey, Becky, go kill yourself. God. Anyway.
Relate.
Quite
Relatable.
Yeah, I relate that. Gabe says it every day.
So I just some people just refuse to talk to me, because every time I bring up her name, they just look at me and say, who? I don't know her. Maybe she's your imaginary friend? Oh, idiots, all of them.
That's incredibly odd.
Yeah, she's better than all of them together. And now that damn Becca thinks she can be the queen of the school. Well, she's not.
It's a drama conspiracy.
So that's all I know. I mean, if you know Adelia, if anybody knows Adelia, she was exactly the same as she appeared. She isn't two-faced like those bitches. She was the nicest person to everyone.
Not that I directly suspect the boys, but who were they?
I didn't see them because they were up on the ledge. Okay? I just heard someone screaming from the river saying that we're being stared at, and I've seen some shadowy figures up there, and then it was chaos since then, okay? You do not want to catch, 25 girls half naked and yelling and screaming and running around. It's a mess, okay?
Why not?
Why not? Alright, well, if I find anything, I'll keep in touch. But other than that,
I mean,
If I find a clue, maybe I'll give it back.
I mean, I've been there before, and you know, people have been there since. It's been 3 days. People still wash their clothes in the river. So, but, I mean, that's the last place I can for certain say, not just me, but other people who at the time still thought she was not raptured, have told me they've seen her. So, you know.
And
maybe?
she's the only one from that friend group who's disappeared.
Yes, no, everybody else is here. Everybody else is accounted for because we have lectures. We can't just skip, and she never skips.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you. I'll keep that in mind. If I see something, I'll come back to you. I got a lesson now.
Okay. Okay. Maybe it's best if you don't just, like, talk to me in public. Because, you know, you seem to really
Yes,
care about
I know.
appearances.
Yes. All right. Well, in that case, take care of yourself. I'll find a manner. I'll find a way.
Okay. And she starts she turns really surly. She was quite friendly at first, but I don't know, maybe your manner, maybe the way you were speaking to her made her suspicious of you, and you can feel the surliness and like the anger at the situation, at the helplessness, and the fact that she begrudgingly needs your help. She wouldn't have asked you, but you've really tentatively convinced her. She starts piling up the scrolls and heads off further into the alley until she disappears.
Well, back to class, I suppose.
Yeah, you head over back to your, I believe this is not the conjuration. Which one is the, which one is the one where you animate things? It is conjuration, isn't it?
Animate. It's conjuration or Is
If
it
you're
also
talking about
magic?
transmutation and making one thing another, but it's generally just conjuration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a conjuration spell.
Yeah.
Conjuration is mostly used for just make anything appear out of thin air or make something a different thing.
No, it's a you go to, it's a transmutation actually. So you go to your class of transmutation where they basically teach you how to animate a kettle, and the kettle starts jumping around and seemingly anthropomorphic. You know, it doesn't talk or anything; it just moves, and everybody else starts laughing. And then the professor's like, "It's very important to know exactly what you animate, and then to remove the animation on the object. Never lose control. Control is the most important thing." And you know. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, you're done. You come out of your class and the
3 minutes in
yours.
up.
Nah,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just being,
adventure.
I'm being very, very brief. This whole class is about transmutation. I just talked about it.
Yeah,
in
I
3
mean,
minutes.
honestly, I don't give a shit about the class that much. It's more adventure, mystery.
Cool.
Onwards.
Cool.
You're a
I just
terrible student.
Shut up.
How dare you? This curriculum was specifically designed.
Perfectly
Suck my
designed.
balls. Anyway, priorities right now. Anyway, in regards to this, I need a break, so I'll just walk around in the city a little bit, take a walk.
Just wondering about?
Yeah, wondering about like just gathering my thoughts about everything.
Okay. You do that. Tell me how long you plan to wander and where.
Enough to so you can skip over to someone different.
I got it, but like, okay. So you just keep wandering around, milling in
I'm
your
having
head.
a thoughtful walk that just it's like I also want peace of mind.
He
Yeah.
entered the loading screen.
He enters a
the
loading screen.
It takes a little while. You can go back soon.
Okay, we'll end it on a high note because Sildanna is still making candles. We'll end it with Ferverand. We got about 10
An
minutes.
arm wrestling competition. Let's go.
So you've been observing these muscle dudes and dudettes and undecided of gender or unassigned of gender have at it in different methods. Some of it is really interesting. So some people, there's a few monks in there who are describing like the angles of the body and how like if somebody's bull rushing you, like just you don't need physical power, you just need the correct angle at which to flip them. And it's actually quite informative. Like, I mean, that's the thing, you've seen some of these techniques and training around, but this is very, like, they're taking their time and they're being very patient with people and they're exchanging knowledge. It's actually quite pleasant. The juice gets served. Atan just puts juice in front of people. They're all quite happy, and somebody's like, does this have chia seeds? And Atan gives him a look, takes a little sprinkle, does. It's like, thank you, man.
Chia.
Anyway.
It's just black pepper.
Sure. It needed a bit of spice, a bit of zest in it. Yeah. That's the setting.
Okay. Everybody inside the building is getting the wrestling on in one way or another. Is there anybody peeking in through the windows?
Let's see. Yep. There is, not really peeking. One of the men in the group is like this very tall, tattooed, bold, sort of muscly dude who's doing the arm wrestling and keeps telling people like, no, listen, it's all about the grip, yeah? You need to get the right grip to then have the right power.
45-degree angle.
Yeah, you need to get it right. Your grip is a bit wrong. You need to move your fingers. So he's pretty friendly, but he's huge. He's towering over. Everybody here is pretty tall. He's like huge. And there is a person that's like floating outside of a window in this position. And it's
Do they have hard eyes as well?
No, they just seem to be very fond and staring, and the guy who's doing the arm wrestling doesn't seem to notice. And you've seen these two. These are the two that were accompanying Sildanna in her cart. They're part of the order, and apparently they're in this town for stuff. You know, shift change. I don't know. Yeah.
I just casually like go outside and then just stand next to her and go, you know, that can be considered a crime, you know? Stalking?
As she floats, she turns her head towards you and goes like, well, not really, considering he's my boyfriend. I just wanted to surprise him. Hi, I'm Luba.
Hello,
Why?
have you tried this? And I knock on the window.
As you knock on the window, the guy turns to the left immediately and sees Luba, and she waves at him, and he's like, immediately, like, smile blooms on his face. He seems to be, like, completely besotted.
Wait, the stoner dude?
No, the big muscly guy with tattoos. The one that was teaching you, right?
Yeah, I remember him now.
He waves, and Luba waves at him and says, I was just passing on patrol. I didn't want to disturb him, so I just wanted to take a look, you know.
Yeah,
I need
don't
to get
worry
going
about
anyway.
it.
And she looks you
You
over
gotta
and
be
goes...
careful.
Yeah, sorry?
You gotta be careful, though. Hanging outside of windows, that's kind of suspicious. At least you're doing it during the daytime.
Yes, but not really. I mean, it's my job to snoop. I'm part of the guard. That's what we do. We go around, we look that there's anything wrong going on, and, you know, out of everybody, we are the ones that have the license to snoop.
Interesting. Remind me not to use the outhouse when you're nearby.
And she giggles. You're very funny. You're new here, right? I mean, and she looks you over again like, you have a very peculiar style. I like it.
I literally came into town with you.
No, because you didn't come in the cart. You came from a separate... You came...
Yeah, we met at the gate.
Yes, I've seen you around. And I think so. I'm not good with faces. I mean, I probably should be. It's my job, but...
I am wearing a mask.
Yes, but you know, you have the cool, broody vibe. Don't tell Skywatcher I said that he's going to start wearing eyeliner. I mean, he'd look great, but it's not really my thing. Right, so, might as well, we're chatting. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Luba with Flow. I'm a corporal. Pleasure to meet you. And you are?
Pleasure to meet you. I am Ferverand Dickens. I am, well, in a way, a lawyer for a leisurely walk, but also just at a miniature vacation. I've some business to take care of here. There are some reports to file, but otherwise, enjoying my time.
Oh, this is the best place to enjoy your time. Like, this is my last day on shift, and then me and Skywatcher here are on a vacation. Managed to get the prime time. all the way to the festival. So we're gonna have a great date.
Are you familiar with this town?
Yes, I usually bring caravans of pilgrims in and out. That is my route. I think, I heard rumors that I'm going to be reassigned to this place, but I'm originally not from here. Neither is Skywatcher, but we managed to pull it through. So after the vacation, we both of us are gonna stay here.
Well, since you're already on your way for a patrol, and I'd hate to interrupt your work, how about we kill two birds with one stone? You can keep going on patrol, and at the same time, show me what makes this place so amazing.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I've never been asked to have a companion on patrol. That's quite nice. You know what? Okay, just let me tell Skywatcher.
No, of
Something, and I'll
course.
come out.
Don't want him to misunderstand anything.
No, he's a teddy bear. Don't worry about it. We're not like that. And she drops from her floating position, walks into the place, and you can see from the window she like jumps on his back and sort of kisses him, like does like multiple kisses, and he like blushes and like grabs her hand, and they're talking about something really fast, and she's all animated and he's very steady. She then
I
waits.
just called to Atan. I'm out, boy.
Atan is like, "Don't leave me here alone."
He leaves him there alone.
Atan, there's this thing I need help with down at the baker's area. Apparently, like, there's this new thing coming out that I need your professional opinion on. Come on, help me out.
Atan looks
in a completely monotone voice.
looks at Oliver, and he's like, "Dude, I mean, if you have to go, you have to go. Don't you have like a dinner shift to prep for and stuff?" Atan looks at Oliver and goes, "Don't touch the kitchen. I will come in the evening. I will clean. Do not touch it, okay? Nothing. Don't touch. Just play with your friends. Hi, Bob. Play with your friends. Play with Bob. Bob, watch him." And Bob's like, "Man, listen, I've got construction to get to." He's like, "Bob, watch him." He goes like, "Okay, I got it, man. I'm gonna watch him."
Don't spit in my salad, please.
Yeah, he sets Oliver off with Bob, walks out, stretches his back, and says, "Okay, thanks for that. That was not subtle, but okay. I need to go back to..."
I mean, he's not the sharpest person.
No, he's actually surprisingly sharp. He just doesn't care. I've been helping out because he is hopeless, and we've been friends for a long time, and I just feel sorry for him. But anyway, I need to go. Michael cannot handle the prep on his own. I would not leave that kid with a stove, so I need to go back and deal with the restaurant. But
It was
yeah,
pleasure going on this adventure with you, Atan. We'll see
Sure,
you
I
back
mean-
at the end.
yeah. I mean, you didn't participate, but if you ever want to join, we do a lot of training back in the back there, so it's all good. Okay,
I'll
see you
keep that in
later.
mind.
See you. And he trudges along to the tavern. So you kind of start realizing this man works 24/7. He works in one place, then another place, then another place. He just has no break. At this
Gotta be
point,
fucking rolling the money.
yeah, at this point, Luba flows out of the inn and says, "Okay then, all done. He knows where I'm going, and we're going to meet up later. So I'm going to show you around."
Shall we?
Okay. And yeah, she's floating next to you because she prefers to float along instead of walk if she can.
Do you need help moving? I mean,
No. It's just I don't really move too fast, but I do enjoy the little breeze, and I get to see a little bit higher like this. And she is floating above the head space. It's like I get to see everything interesting before it happens.
yeah, I see. Well, if there is a person at you, at least you'll find them first.
Exactly. I will know exactly if anything nefarious is going on, and I will be the first on the scene. And on that note, the two of you go off. She seems to be chatty, but she knows when to just,
I maintained, like,
Yeah.
reasonable conversation.
And that's the thing. She doesn't overpower with her chatting. She tells you as much as she knows about Laudenborough, but she's also kind of new. A lot of times she'd be like, "Oh, what is this building?" And she'd float up to see the label and come back and say, "Oh, I did not know there was a shop here." Things like
Flies
this.
up to, like, the third story floor. What is this building for? The person taking a shower screams their fucking lungs out.
No, you're walking around in this in the south gate. This is like mostly inns with, if people are doing something, they close the blinds, and it's shop fronts and high street. It's very bustling. And we'll, I think it's a good place to end. Everybody's sort of on a trip.
Okay.
Sildanna's on a spiritual trip. Baax is on a mental
Going
trip.
on a trip on a magic flying ship.
Ferverand is at a physical trip. And at this point, we think we're going to wrap up a little bit. Cool. Hope you guys have learned a bit more about the world, about yourselves, about the situation.
We learned a whole bunch about ourselves today,
Yeah. Those of you who...
including what a tactical reload is.
Yeah, I believe there's... Jesus Christ. I believe there's going to be a session next week
Highlight
as
of
well.
the session.
There's going to be a
Highlight,
session next week as well, for Ferverand, I believe, because you can do it, right?
Let me check my fucking work schedule.
Yeah, because it's the 28th that you cannot. So I believe there's a session next week. So put it in your
Next
calendars.
week, but not the week after that.
Yes, next week, not the week
Yeah.
after that. The VOD will be up.
28th, I am busy.
Yeah, the VOD will be up on Twitch in a second, and on YouTube on Sunday, 6 p.m. And again, magic items. If you guys want to submit a form, there's a link in the description and in the
That
channel.
cake belt, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, get us
Make
something
me
fun.
sick.
Please follow all the
I want an
the.
ass so big that it prevents fall damage.
Please follow the artists that created.
That's the dumbest I've ever heard about it.
Magic items? Wait, are you looking for the magic items, Malinum?
No, I just meant to say we have the form for the custom magic items.
No.
And
Yeah.
No, Malinum's I think is putting in like.
okay, yeah, there's a link in the about section and during the break. If you look
magic
back.
item submission form.
Yeah, that's the
That
one.
It's just like you can put like whatever silly thing like
Yeah.
you want there.
It's just put stuff that you think would be cool. It's a little bit sorted. No, it's
Oh,
fine.
magic
It's fine,
item
bro.
hype. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Just
You're
so we know if you can get us some fun stuff, because I'm happy with troll items. I love troll items. And I believe please follow all the great artists that made the ambiances, the sexy ASMR of sexy ASMR blacksmith, and the church singing, and the church ambiance that kept turning off. It's not its fault. It's the bot.
We were
It's not
getting like
its fault.
so into the mood, and then just
I know. I am so annoyed with it. This is constant battle. But yeah, please follow them. They're in the break and in the start, the description. They're on YouTube and Spotify. They're great. Cool. Hope y'all enjoyed, and see you next week, everybody.
Yeah,
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Bye, Felicia.